Everybody, it's your boy Nerd Kenpachi for Kenpachi Podcast episode 45. Now, how y'all doing? It's Rona time. Hope y'all doing
I've
safe.
awoken.
Hope y'all doing safe. Um,
Help we doing
chilling.
safe.
Hope I hope y'all doing safe.
You didn't do your
I really
AABBCCDD,
didn't. I
did
really
you?
didn't. I really didn't.
Mm,
I just
damn.
got
What?
done drinking like some cold ass water too, so my shit
He
fucked up.
hopes we're being safe people,
Yeah,
not doing safe.
yeah, shit. But yeah. Just wash your hands too, please. Keep washing your hands. People still outside, which is crazy. But um, Chef,
And New
the
York
usual
might start beating
suspects.
people up over that shit.
Yeah. Chef, how you living, man?
Hey man, I'm finally off division. You feel me? I uninstalled that shit from the hard drive, gave it that big boot. You feel me? And
Oh,
it's
did
dope.
you want to did you want to talk about it later?
Sure, we can. Yeah.
All right.
Just letting y'all know that I booted that shit off the hard drive because they definitely wilding up there.
What did the French do this time?
Oh, remember they Swedish?
Oh yeah. All right, all right. So what did the
We'll get into
Swedes
it
do?
though. We'll get into it.
Okay. Blitz, say what's up to the people, man.
Hey, y'all check your bank accounts. Your stimulus check should have arrived by now. Although I did hear that they almost got delayed because this man Trump wanted to make sure that his name was on the check if you get a paper copy. So, but I heard the Treasury Department was like, nah, you can hold out. So yeah, just make sure y'all check your bank accounts and stuff. But that don't mean you got money. Still save that shit. You don't need it.
Shout out to old boy that got the 8 million on accident.
Yo,
Hmm?
what?
Somebody
What?
got $8 million on accident.
What he do with it?
He returned it, or he told
I,
the bank about it, and they took it back.
I would have
Yeah.
spent all that whole.
No,
He
you
Money
would
really
have been in
now.
can't.
jail.
Yeah, you would.
You would
You
have
would have been
been
shot
big
on
jail.
site. That's the one thing they don't mess with.
It ain't my fault. I
It,
ain't asked for
It
eight
don't. It
million
don't.
dollars.
It don't matter if you take it. They will come after you.
it's still a mistake, and you can't spend none of that money, or you're gonna owe it back, plus like
Yep.
200% interest probably.
Yep. That's low
Hmm.
key a felony.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So Mitch already curtains. And introduce our guest, Mitch. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, I hope quarantine treating y'all better than it's treating me. I got two things for y'all to do. Listen, read Hunter x Hunter
Oh my god.
and play Valorant. That shit is
No,
hitting, bruv. That shit is going hard.
it's a script kiddie reader.
Script kitty reader. All right. Um.
They scanned the
So,
whole computer. Boy, they got you done. Mhm.
That's all right.
all right,
You stay
Chef.
asleep.
Yeah,
It
he's
was.
sleeping already. It's cool.
Chef, wasn't this the same man I was talking about identity theft?
Oh
When I say
shit.
That's
this,
crazy.
y'all niggas was talking about how I could get my shit stolen. I wasn't
Yeah.
really
Yeah. By playing
participating.
Valorant apparently, but we gonna get to that.
That's crazy. Oh.
Karma
I,
moves in mysterious ways,
it
boy.
really does. It really does. So first piece of gaming news. When you purchase a game, so happens, to have some in-game purchases in it. And they didn't have this before, so now it's going to be included in the rating. The Entertainment Software Rating Board put some news out like, yo, if y'all Fortnites with all these battle passes and in-game purchases with loot boxes and all that bullshit, um, y'all gotta have the label. Do y'all think Fortnite caused this? Like,
I think 2K calls this. 2K,
I think.
2K, FIFA, and
Fortnite,
Madden.
okay,
They cause
I
this.
think. I think a
Fortnite,
lot of. I think a lot of people cause this.
Fortnite can't cause it because they don't have loot boxes. You just buy what you want.
yeah, that's
It's no
like
random
that's still
chance.
in-game content though, right? In-game purchases.
It is,
So
yeah,
yeah,
but
that's the
they
point though.
talking about loot boxes, right? Type like
No, they're
Yeah.
talking
I think.
about
gambling type shit.
I think they're talking about both,
they're talking about both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
with
The
more
surprise
emphasis,
mechanics.
but more emphasis on the loot boxes and shit like that. Because it's
Okay.
technically it's a form of gambling. Like if you're paying X amount of money for a chance at something, that's like
Yeah.
playing the lotto,
Yeah,
which
no,
is
I mean that
essentially
should be
gambling.
the only thing they after because actual microtransactions that like give you exactly what you pay for, that shouldn't really be like under their radar.
Nah, they should still put it there.
Why?
Damn, you putting extra money into a game that you already paid full price for.
I mean, you don't
Shut
have to
up,
do it.
GameSpot, with your fucking ass loud ass videos. No one wants to hear that shit.
You don't have to buy skins on Fortnite. I mean, that game is free.
Yeah, but they should know that that's in the game, like they do for mobile games. They always
Yep.
tell you before you download it, or they don't tell you, but they let you know, like in the description way at the bottom, that you got to scroll all the way towards that there is microtransactions.
Well, if you actually read the article, then yeah, they do focus on the random elements. Well, then again, actually, now that I look at it again, it says in-game purchases includes random elements. So yeah, it's all encompassing.
Yeah. I just feel like personally, it should only loot boxes should be targeted.
Why though?
Everything else is like solid.
Why though?
Because
Why do
I
you
don't
feel like
see
that?
how I don't see how like you should attack Fortnite for giving you a set price for a skin.
Nobody's attacking Fortnite.
No, like
I'm saying
it
like
I'm talking about not y'all. I'm talking about in like the ESRB. It's like they're talking about in-game purchases in general. But I feel like the only in-game purchases they should worry about are loot boxes because like if they put microtransactions in the game and it's for like a skin or something and they show you that exact skin and they give you that set price and how much you pay is exactly what you get, I feel like that shouldn't really be targeted because that's just like usually
I mean
optional anyways.
that's a
No, what
in-game-
he's saying makes sense, but you got to keep in mind too, Kenpachi. You've heard the stories of kids like charging up their parents' credit
That's
cards out
literally
the
the
ass.
main reason I'm like, yo, like I'm glad that they did this because I know.
Yeah, so that's I
Fortnite
think that's what they mean by
alone,
in-game
that
purchase.
was a
That's not.
issue.
Yeah, but hold up, let me finish now, because that the reason why they put that in there is because when you've got kids charging their parents' credit cards out the ass, so that way if parents are doing their jobs, because that's what this ultimately goes back to, if parents are doing their jobs and they see in-game purchases on it, it might make them hesitant to buy their kid that game, because it's
The
like,
card.
I don't. First of all, I know you don't got a job, so I don't know what money you're gonna pay for it,
Mhm.
except mine. So best believe you're gonna be put on a budget for that, if at all. I'm not gonna let you charge $2,000, $3,000 on in-game purchases for like $1 a piece, or it's a couple bucks a piece, because that does add up, especially for kids for like Fortnite, where they market towards kids like that. They're not gonna be thinking about that. They're just gonna be just
That was
clicking
my
buy,
first
buy,
thought
buy, buy,
when I
buy.
saw
So.
it. Yeah, that was my first. That was literally my first thought when I saw it. So, I was
So
like,
both of
damn.
y'all are right. So it just make like, but it does make sense for them to have it be all encompassing, not just about loot boxes. Loot boxes are the more predatory aspect of it, which definitely needed to be addressed. But they
Yeah.
also needed to keep in mind the part about what you see is what you get, but know that there's no limit on it. So you have to use moderation. So at the end of the day, it still goes back to the parents better be doing their jobs and making sure they're monitoring what their kids are playing and how much they're spending, if anything. But the fact that it's up front and they see it, then that will keep it hopefully at the forefront of the parents' mind. Say, okay, you can actually buy extra money, spend extra money on this thing. Let me make sure my kid doesn't go nuts with it. So
Yeah, they should just do like a one-time payment thing. Make sure their kid doesn't leave the card, because that's like one of the main things. Like if you leave your card on like their system or whatever, they can just keep charging it.
well, that's not up to
So-
the game company. That's more like
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the
You're-
parents. Like they should make sure that their card isn't like
Oh, yeah,
saved
you're
on
right.
their system type shit.
yeah, but parents are lazy and they're garbage
Yeah,
people.
And
so,
they're
you know.
garbage people.
tough.
This is why they need to. Well, they got things in place for. I know Xbox 360 had it to where it's like parental controls.
Yeah,
But they
have-
need to
parents
implement it
have
in a way
control.
where you got the parent account and then the sub accounts.
Yeah,
And then you can't put card information on sub accounts. It's only on the parents' accounts, and you have to have permission to buy something
see,
through
Right.
the parent account.
Right.
that's gas. That's a really good system.
I don't know if they have that, but they should have something like that.
They should have something like that. But again, they shouldn't have to do that because parents should be doing their jobs and listening and keeping track of what their kids are buying, especially if it's not their money.
Good facts.
But
Good shit. Good shit. That was pretty much the news on that. Anybody else got anything else to say?
that makes me wonder I wonder, does that in-game purchases rating or that reason, I wonder if that pushes like a rating higher than others. Like, so like say that a game is teetering on the edge of teen and mature or rated M. Like if it's got in-game purchases on it, does that make it push it to M? Like how much weight does it have really? I wonder.
Because then they would have to upgrade Fortnite to what T for teen instead
I think
of
it's already
E?
T.
It is
Yeah, it's
already
already
T,
rated
yeah.
teen.
Oh, I thought it was E.
Hell
Yeah, you would
no.
think so because of who they get to play it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be. But it's rated T.
Okay.
No, I don't think they should up the maturity rating.
Yeah, nah, I feel like that's solid. Just parents be aware, and then nothing should really.
My whole point for thinking that is, again, just to make sure parents are absolutely aware of what they're buying their kids.
Yeah.
So if like it might make them like if a kid is like 12 or 13 and they see rated T, is like, okay, that's not a big a deal. But then all of a sudden they see M, that should raise some red flags. If I was a parent, that's all I'm saying. I know
Yeah.
most niggas don't care, but
Oh yeah, most parents really don't care about that rating.
Yeah. Our parents didn't.
Hey.
my parents did. I told y'all how I didn't get to play Melee when it first came out because I was 11 and it was rated T. My mom was like,
Damn.
nope, sorry. Like,
My mom
man.
bought me San Andreas off the rip. Like,
See?
she knew what the rating was. She was like, you know what? Now you can have it.
You got GTA for.
I trust you won't go crazy and shoot up a school.
Like literally, my
never
mom would
me.
say no, but I would know who to go to. So
You would the plug.
yeah, fucking
That's
grandfather.
crazy.
You know?
My mom
Grandfather
would
crazy.
just be
just
like,
buy me this shit, yo.
my mom would be like, why are you buying these games? And I'm like, cause I just want to play them. She's like, oh, whatever.
Nah, my mom would have stopped me. It's like, nope. What's it say on there? It's 13 and up. How old are you? 11. Oh,
11.
sorry, we gotta take it back. Take it back. Turn it off. Sorry. Wait 2 years.
Turn it off.
Turn it all.
So, but yeah, that's it. Hopefully, it's just raises. It makes parents pay more attention to what their games they're buying their kids and stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah, get them off that bum ass 2K.
Jeez. That's how you feel, Chef?
Yep.
Damn.
Madden too. Madden can get this work. Fuck Madden. You know I'm playing it right now.
All right. So, let's see. Did anyone play Crysis?
I did back in
no.
the day. I played it for like back when I had GameFly. I played it for like a day and a half, and I was like, all right, I'm out. That's it. I'm good.
It's
Oh
just
no, I played
I've
Crisis 2,
always-
and I tried to play Crisis 3, but it just was boring at the time.
I remember playing the multiplayer, and it wasn't extravagant from what I remember.
I remember all I remember hearing about that game. I don't know if it's actually a good game or not. It has a good story type shit. Everything. I mean, everybody's heard about it, but like all I remember it as is just a benchmark, like a walking benchmark.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's
but
basically what it is.
I think I played like probably like 2 missions in the campaign before I got bored, and then I played the multiplayer, and then also, so yeah, it is just a benchmark game.
And
Well-
I can't tell you much about the story because you're literally just a super soldier.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Definitely, when I played it, I was like, I don't know what this is all about. I mean, fuck it. But something is being teased, and it smells like Crysis, like another Crysis game. I don't know who really asked for it, or like,
One did. Maybe it's a
That's
new
interesting.
benchmark for i10s and stuff that are coming out.
Hey, I'd like to I would like to benchmark my PC on like a top notch game. I
hey,
haven't
once
really
I get
found
this new
one.
power supply, holy shit,
You ain't found one yet.
I have not. Yo, what are you doing?
No, I'm
nigga?
talking about Mitch benchmarking shit.
I benchmark Far Cry 5.
Nah, that's
100
Far Cry
plus.
That's an ass
5.
ass game. That's an
Like-
ass game.
No, it's not. Please stop. I think the heaviest game I've benchmarked is Doom Eternal, I guess. That's like the latest one. That's like the newest game I have on one PC.
Try a Wolfenstein game.
Doom is for the most part optimized.
And
And
Wolfenstein games be taxing your shit
if,
heavy.
yeah, if you want
Witcher.
to, yeah, maybe Witcher would
Yeah.
be good
I
too.
would say
don't know.
Witcher, yeah.
Nier ran like butter. Yeah, like basically every game is like pretty good. I just want to see like a game that's like crazy, like takes so many.
Wait, when did they
resources.
tease this? Hey, Nomad, you're still with us. When did they come out? That was yesterday.
Yeah.
5
Yeah,
a.m.
they're doing something.
Uh,
Yeah, we don't know if it's a new game or if it's just like a Crysis like remake or whatever. But I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
I don't
interested.
like I said, I don't know anyone who's actually played Crysis. I just know it's what Digital Foundry uses to to benchmark new stuff. That's what everybody uses.
Yeah. So, it'll be nice to look at something, you know, Just a watch on YouTube, I guess.
I mean, hell, maybe it'd be a pleasant surprise and actually be actually a good game. Who knows?
Hey,
Mm.
that is also true. Um,
Eh,
but yeah,
nothing
pretty
too,
much.
Yeah.
nothing too.
Ain't
You'll
none.
see it to believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ain't none. OD. Now, for the Valorant people in here, and damn, why is the font so much
It's literally
bigger?
only me. It's tough.
Yeah. So, Mitch, did you know that the anti-cheat runs when you're not playing?
Yeah. So the first thing you do once the game is installed is restart your PC for the anti-cheat. Now, I didn't think much of it. It was
They make you do that, or it's
you,
recommended that you do that.
you have to
Wow,
play the game.
that should have been a red flag right there.
Yeah, I didn't really know what it meant. To be honest, I was more focused on actually trying to play the damn game. So
Yeah, that's how they get you because they don't people want to play and they slip that in.
So I restarted it, you know what I'm saying, and the game ran smoothly. I haven't seen anything like fucked up on my PC or anything. And then I hear about it's like tracking data in because it's running as administrator all the time, and like it's just it can literally run free on your PC, which is crazy to me.
Even when the game's not running.
Yeah, so I was confused because it's like I like the game a lot, but if my information is being collected, I'm kind of at a crossroads here because I remember something like this happened like I think 2 years ago with the battle royale called Ring of Elysium. You downloaded the game and basically all of your info was just being tracked completely
I
by
thought it was
the
just the
Chinese.
keystrokes.
I don't know.
Or
It
was
was
that
it was
something else?
some type of information was being tracked when you downloaded the game. So I guess we're having the same thing here, but the difference between that the difference between Ring of Elysium and Valorant, like I said, is because I actually really like Valorant, and this is kind of a problem for me.
They're still linked to Chinese companies though.
Yeah, it's owned
And
by
if you're the
10%, all
conspiracy
that.
theorist, yeah, all that stuff, you're a conspiracy theorist. Like, in all honesty, like I'm not. I know we were making jokes about it, but I wouldn't be all that concerned to be honest with you because we were talking about it yesterday, or a couple days ago, in the Discord. Where like, yo, if anyone wants to get your information, they can get it. That's just the
Yeah.
information age we live in. So I wouldn't be too torn up about it. I don't think,
And the
unless
Chinese
you're actually
already
trying
have
to
our
cheat.
info.
So, and everyone does, not just China. Like American companies do. Anyone who wants to have who wants to get your information can get it. Believe that. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless you're actually planning on cheating in the game, I wouldn't be too worried personally. But then again, I don't have the game, so I'm not really thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to end up like XQC.
What happened to him?
You ain't see that picture? Yo.
Have you seen his room?
Nah.
Yo,
Oh,
yo.
with all the fucking food and shit.
Yeah.
And all
That
the
shit
carpet
is
too.
nasty.
I've been knew that nigga was
Got a
nasty as
whole
fuck.
what a
PC
what
on
a
his carpet,
beanlet,
bro.
yo.
Cause I remember back when he switched controller or keyboards on Overwatch, he was talking about, oh, I lost so much games because like my old mouse, it just felt comfortable because it had like dirt and like fucking like
Yo.
chicken or like this nigga was just talking
Yo,
about how
what?
dirty
What
his
a
old
dis-
mouse was.
Oh, so he
That-
okay.
I'm willing to bet money he doesn't shower either.
Nah, there's literally a clip. He was like, I haven't showered in like 3 days. I was like, yo, what the
He was probably being sarcastic.
I'm
so.
Oh
nah.
my
I don't
God.
put that shit past him.
Nah, you inside all day, bruh. Niggas definitely don't be
And that was
showering.
before quarantine.
Yeah, niggas moving different, but hey, I don't
What
got
a
much to
fucking-
say.
Yeah. So you being the only one that really has any Valorant time on the game, I don't really have anything to say.
Yeah.
Even though at first I was like, dang, it's like running even when I'm not playing, so that's kind of like a red flag. But also at the same time, like Blitz said, if niggas really want it, they can get it. So I mean, it is what it is.
Hey, bro, I guess I'm gonna just keep enjoying the game. If some shit pops off,
That's all you
As-
can
like
do.
I said, as long as
We'll
as
see.
long as you're not actually trying to cheat, you should be fine.
yeah, I'm just playing the game.
Yeah,
I'm just
then if you
relaxing.
actually are trying to cheat, nigga, I hope you
Now
get
I
caught.
wonder
What the
what I
hell?
wonder how they I wonder how they handle like what if you're like in on the same team as a cheat? What happens?
Yeah,
Are
on
they gonna
that
do
Rainbow
like
shit,
what Rainbow does?
just
What does
punish
Rainbow
everyone.
do?
Punish literally everyone.
What? That's not fair.
I think Overwatch does has a similar system. I think either that or they actually they'll end the match, but you don't lose any SR. I think that's what Overwatch does.
Now I wonder, because it's scanning your computer for hacks and shit. So
Yeah.
what if say I'm allegedly, you know what I'm saying, on BlueStacks cheat engine to help aid my process in Marvel Puzzle Quest.
This is why
That-
we don't
that
cheat
might-
on games.
That might be a red flag then.
Yeah, is Valorant going?
Because I remember, because I think,
300
yeah,
different
I'm
games?
not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure because I know Black Desert has a similar they have their own cheat system in place, and I was running a mod for I think it was Dead or Alive or something. I was running mods for that, and I usually had BDO open in the background. So when I installed a certain mod, it closed out my BDO saying that there was cheat software detected or some shit like that. Even though I wasn't even touching the game, and what I was using wasn't even for like breaking Dead or Alive. It was just literally a costume mod. So I wonder how sensitive that their anti-cheat system is, especially if it's going to be something that's running even when Valorant's not open.
Did they punish you for it? Or
No.
was it just a game close?
It was just they just closed the game, and then I had to like re-log into BDO a couple times because it was acting funky. But
No, one
yeah,
time.
needless to say, I got rid of that mod. But I was just like,
If it's like the rainbow cheat system, like Tack got banned for unplugging his
Plugging in a
mouse.
monitor.
No, yeah, actually, yeah, it was he was unplugging
Oh.
his monitor and plugging it back in, and he got banned for like 30 minutes.
wow.
This shit is hilarious.
Third-party software detected. And I fucking
Third-party necessary hardware is detected. Holy shit.
You could be plugging in a mod and controller. They don't want that.
As a
Yeah, don't
HDMI,
put in-
damn true. I feel that.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know.
HDMI port.
Yeah, think twice about getting that scuff controller then, huh?
Like,
I mean, you
shit.
shouldn't be playing Rainbow on a controller anyways. I don't know what type of degenerate you are, but
Damn, niggas gotta start somewhere. Fuck.
Bro, what if you
Oh.
on console? What
That
you doing?
was me for like 3 years. What you mean?
Hey, bro.
I play
return
Call
the
of Duty
game.
I play Call of Duty on console.
Damn, this nigga is assaulting console
I'm,
users.
Wow, what
I'm
an
talking about, I'm talking
elitist.
about Rainbow.
You're
That's
you're a
the only game.
PC elitist. You can't say that. This is why no one likes your kind.
Oh damn.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Hey, that's what they said, not me.
Breathe, bro.
Let him breathe. Let him breathe. All right. Also, if anyone really cares, they got a new GTA in its development.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
All right. Someone cares.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Why? Tell us why you excited, Chef.
Listen. If they was out here logging times on Xbox 360 when I first picked up
On God.
GTA, what is that? What is it? 5 GTA 5. I most definitely would have about 3 years invested in that motherfucker, bro. I love
had
the
like a year.
GTA series. You feel me? It's a fun series. Mostly because you got the freedom to do whatever the hell you want to do, and they don't hold you back for it.
I don't want to sound like IGM, but it gives me too much freedom. That's why I ultimately dropped it because I gotta have some structure.
Honestly,
I
when I was
can go
introduced to
anywhere.
it as a little kid, like I just saw someone playing it, and they were just literally like killing people on a random street. I was like, this game like mad violent, bro. What the fuck?
Oh,
Damn,
yeah, it's a violent game, but if you the mission, like the main story for GTA 5 at least, and San Andreas, goddamn me. Oh, and GTA 4 was actually pretty fun. And
The present,
that was the main
No,
thing
no,
I
I'm
actually
not
played
saying
with
like the
those.
game is like that. I'm saying the person playing it is fucking like a
Yeah, some violent
psychopath.
people that play the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I used to be
Take
one of
out your anger.
that's what turned me off to when I was younger. But I did see GTA 5 and play it for a little bit. So
All
That
I'm
was
gonna
a fun
say is
game.
though, for this, like, this shit ain't coming till like 2023, 2025, to be
I
honest.
was gonna say like
2025.
2026, yo.
damn.
2026. Yeah,
This
this
is
shit
a
is not
ways
coming.
away, boy.
For a while, this shit ain't
I will
coming.
give Rockstar credit though, because apparently they're trying to clean up their crunch culture or whatever. I don't know if y'all read that part.
Yeah,
Crunch
I
or
did see that.
after
Bolt. Yeah.
after development for Red Dead 2, they're really trying to clean up like their whole crunch.
Oh, crunch with the
System
coding
and-
shit.
You know
Yeah,
how other,
with
you know how many other companies need to have that talk? Holy shit.
Hurry up.
Even these niggas, CD, they're doing it right now.
Yeah.
Damn, who the niggas
But
that
they
did
actually
Anthem?
produce great games.
True.
I mean, Rockstar does
did
too for the most.
Yeah.
It's just that they like apparent, but I think what the difference between Rockstar and CD Projekt Red was CD Projekt Red. Yeah, they have some crunch, but it's like they like really take their time with it and they take care of their people. I think for the longest time, Rockstar was like ruling over their employees with it. fist. Like, do this shit, and if you say anything, like, we'll fucking like do something to you
We'll
or
hit you in the
something
mouth or
crazy.
something like that.
Yeah.
Ubisoft was doing that shit too. Like some ex Ubisoft worker hopped on Reddit a couple years ago, was talking about how niggas were like they were working overtime and shit at the office, and when they came home they were too tired to like even say hi to their like children and shit. Because of
That's
like
some
all
wild shit.
the work.
Yeah, but it sounds like they're cleaning that up now, so which is good.
Yeah.
Because I think they were even saying like some Rockstar employees now, like, if you had asked them like 6 months ago if they were how long they were trying to stay, they're like, nah, I'm trying to get out of here. But now it's like, oh, I might stick around for a few more years
All I'm gonna
if it's-
say is though,
if they would deliver on their promises and stuff. So
this work, like the work they gonna put in for this, if they do it well, we saw how successful GTA 5 was. That's like the best selling game of all time, top two, top three.
yeah.
Yeah, like if they pull this off, that's a check for them. I think it's worth the work, to be honest.
Yeah. I've I don't. Not many people like say there's a bad GTA really.
Yeah,
Except for like the first two. Like,
Well,
if you
yeah.
ask people, GTA doesn't really start till 3
true.
because the first two were such a far cry from what what the current ones are. So
Yeah.
I still to this day don't understand why IGN gave GTA 4 a perfect 10.
they wanted
Hey,
to go
man.
bowling.
Nico, let's go bowling.
That was ridiculous.
Wasn't a 10 in your book?
Hell no.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I didn't play. So.
It was a solid 8, but it wasn't no 10.
Hmm.
It was fun to play. It was back when the 360 and the PS3 first were out, so they had the first Grand Theft Auto for the newer generation at that time.
That's probably what
Probably
it was.
would have gave it a 10, but
That's probably why what it was.
other than that, yeah, it wasn't. It was a fun game. All 4, 5, and San Andreas, and supposedly 6 is supposed to be set within like in the
Vice
Narcos
City.
type setting.
Narcos. Ooh.
You're like Medellin drug deals and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Medellin cartel. Big up. I thought it was
Shut up.
Some
'cause
Black Lagoon.
my theory
Some
for
Black Lagoon shit. Hey man.
my theory for it was that it was gonna have like every previous GTA MC in like one big game, like doing heists and shit. That was like the back when GTA 5 came out, I was like, yo, GTA 6, we gonna have fucking CJ, we gonna have these three MCs, we gonna have Nico. Who's the nigga from GTA 3? I forgot his name, but like all the previous GTA
Tommy,
characters.
I think.
Yeah. All the previous GTA characters would just come together in like one huge like final GTA. But I don't think that would actually be the case.
Either way, you're gonna be waiting a minute because this is no way. This is a long ways away.
Yeah, this is a hot minute away. In other topics, was there a link for the Division 2 one, or was just gonna have Chef?
I was gonna have Chef do his post-mortem.
All right, Chef.
Yes, sir.
You spent quite a while on the Division 2. You would agree?
Yeah, I definitely would agree.
And from your experience, your overall experience, first I want you to rate the game out of a 10.
In its current state, it is a solid 3.
Damn!
Wow.
What changed?
Too much. First of all, NPC damage output is at an all-time high. And when I say all-time high, you either getting one-shotted, two-shotted, or one-shotted. It's no in between. It's either or. NPC health is at an all-time high. So you can get one-shot or two-shotted, but it takes about 17 mags out of a light machine gun to kill somebody. And that's if you got 50 rounds, 100 rounds, something like that. It just takes a while to kill some people in that game. Exotics in the game, or actually just weapons in general, are useless. The armor is useless. Even if you have a high armor stat, you still getting one shot or two shot. What else? There's mad bugs and glitches inside the game that ain't been fixed. Especially an important one where you can revive your own teammates. It's called the Revive Hive. If you throw that out towards your teammates, you can revive them. But it's either bugged so badly that once you throw it out, it still doesn't work, that you got to go revive them yourself. It's bugged to the point where you throw it out, it doesn't work, and you still can't revive them manually. What else is about it? Most skills in the game destroy themselves before you even get a chance to use them. Oh, NPCs are acrobatics. They can dodge grenades very quickly. They move back and forth frame wise because it frame skips their bodies, so it's kind of hard to even hit them with anything, making it even harder to kill them. It's way too many problems in the game that I can go through, but in its current state, it's just terrible. And they got an update coming out for it, the 21st of April, but it doesn't fix any issues that's with the game. So I uninstalled that shit from my computer, and I won't be playing it for like another 2 or 3 months.
They like when there's like major content changes or like a major patch or something, they put out like the developers notes. Did they explain why they changed what they changed?
Some stuff was too overpowered or underused, underperforming. They wanted to quote unquote balance the game. Like for instance, like the new update that's coming out, it's a rifle, the M1A rifle, single shot, semi-automatic rifle. That's like the best game or the best gun to use in game. It's either they're going to nerf that gun and not buff any other weapon, or just nerf the gun in general. It's their developer notes are actually just like useless as well. Like they don't talk about anything unless it benefits their side. Because most of the last few updates that they did was just not to the liking of anybody in the community. So
Well,
Well, I came in the game like around what was it, fucking like a month ago, I would say, about a month ago. Um, and I played the Division One, I would say, uh, like a month or two after they came out. So I was already behind like the train of major patches and whatnot. So going into this game, like I didn't really expect anything. I just needed a new game to be honest. But Chef, would you discourage like newer players like me to stop playing the game or like to I guess still enjoy the game for what it is?
you can enjoy the game like if you just now starting out, you can enjoy the game, like leveling up your character and everything. But once you get to the end game, then you're gonna really start to see what the issues about the game are. So if you just want to level up your character, yeah, you can play it. But once you get to the end game, I just recommend that you stop altogether and just wait till like the overall consensus of the game is good, which could probably take a while. Because this is the same issue with the Division One. Like when Division One first came out, it was in a terrible state, and then it took them I think like a year and a half to 2 years to get it right. And then Division Two came out, and it repeated the exact same thing.
wasn't the issue? I might be wrong. Wasn't the issue with Division One? There was
It
nothing
was
to
like
do.
bullet sponges, the bullet
Bullet
Oh,
sponges,
the
it was nothing
NPCs
to
was
do.
bullet sponges.
And I think like one of the last few updates they had for the game actually made it fun, so it was easy to not easy, but it was actually more interesting to run through the game. Like killing enemies wasn't so hard, and it was a lot more content. And then they decided to drop Division Two.
I'm starting to pick up on a pattern of these looter shooters. That seems to be a common issue. There's not a lot of stuff to do when it comes to endgame.
Nah.
So it's like, what are you getting this loot for then? Because that's the same issue we had with Borderlands, Division Two now, freaking Anthem. There's nothing to do in endgame. So it's like, what do these devs be thinking about when they be making these looter shooters, yeah?
I don't know. I feel like Anthem. I feel like was the start of all this because like that's like my main thing. That's like the main thing I always describe about that game is they made a loot shooter with no end game, which is
Didn't
fucking
Borderlands come
insane.
out before Division Two?
It came out after Division 2. Let me double check.
Because
Division 2
like I
came out
said,
like
that
2018, right?
that's an issue. Because that's an issue with Borderlands too. There's nothing to do. No
Borderlands
division.
3's late game, it has like an end game, but it's not as entertaining as 2's end game, mostly because 2 has 4 DLC packs with like brand new guns in it, while Borderlands 3 mostly its end game is like purely farming. Like once you finish all that shit, you like find you just like basically boss rush, get all the exotics type shit, make builds, get different what was that shit called on the guns? Whenever it was like it had like a special effect on it depending on
What
your
about
class.
Oh, element.
No, not the element. The it has like the volt symbol and it's like extra weapon fire rate whenever you activate digiclone for Zane. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know if they
Yeah.
had a thing for it.
I don't remember the name, but yeah, like that it was basically about grinding for like guns like that and then making builds to like melt things faster. But you know, they still have 2 more DLC packs to go through to catch up to 2 at least. I don't know if they're making more. So we'll see how that end game stacks up towards the end, but
I guess my next question would be: would the next 2 DLC packs be enough to bring someone like Chef back?
I don't know cuz I don't know what they're doing yet, but hopefully it does. Yeah. You know, I don't want to see that game, you know, do bad. So hopefully the next 2 DLC packs, you know, they bang and they have a really good like they hit as hard as Tiny Tina did. I don't think anything will hit as hard as Tiny Tina, but something close to that at least will be enough to, you know, gain interest into the game again.
Tiny
But
Tina, which one was that?
Tiny
Was
Dragon,
that
Tina's
the
a
one?
Soul and
Dragon
Dragon
Keep.
Keep.
Solid Dragon. Oh, that was the one that was the D&D parody, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
D&D.
Oh yeah, that shit was gas.
Yeah, it was a good DLC. So
See, that's the
yeah,
last one I played before I stopped playing too.
yeah, your question is solid because like I'm confused too as to why niggas are making loot shooters like the only other genre basically besides MMOs known for having
Ooh, I want to
incredible
say
late
something.
games.
My bad. I'm playing Madden. Ooh, I want to curse.
Yeah,
Idiot.
it's I just don't know why they're trying to like to stop this trend of having good late games because like even though niggas shat on Destiny 2, Destiny 1 had arguably the best late game I've ever played, to be honest. I haven't played that many MMOs, you know what I mean? So I'd say Destiny 1's end game was fucking crazy. Like
Now, see,
weekly.
that's the thing about because Destiny has PVE and PvP.
Yeah.
And along
That
with the
that
PvE, they have actual
Yeah,
thought out raids that take a lot of coordination to go through and are actually pretty fun.
and
Especially have
And
incentives to
niggas
beat
that
them.
fucking die a lot too, you know.
Yeah,
and
like
then
it's
because
weekly resets on loot, weekly all that shit, changing
Yeah.
up
Division
nightfalls.
has the raids, but since the gear is so fucking ass, there's no
Hmm.
point to play the raid to get that gear.
Yeah. At least
What else?
at
And then
least Destiny
PvP.
had good loot.
yeah.
Right, yeah. The raids that you did in Destiny gave you actual weapons that you could use.
I think now that you bring that up,
I might pull up on Destiny again.
because I was just about to ask, because I was skimming by an article on IGN that was talking about Destiny 2 needs something to hit, like their next DLC or whatever they're doing. But anyway,
Yeah.
the one thing that I was thinking about, and I don't know if this is just my opinion, where I think the problem lies is I don't know if these genres of games are really being honest with themselves. Because I mean I say that with Destiny in mind because they have all of the looks of an MMO, but they don't call themselves an MMO. And I think if they just fully embrace all the things that an MMO does, I feel like it would attract more people and keep people have people continue to play. Because like you said, like I think the one thing that does separate Destiny 2 from like a Division or Borderlands is they do have a PvP element, so that actually motivates you to actually get higher tiered loot, so you can actually like fight other players instead of just fighting giant bullet sponges or stuff, PvE stuff that just takes like a shit ton of bullets for that shit to die. So I don't know.
I used to call Destiny a MMORPG FPS because of how close it was
That's
to an
some
MMO.
alphabet soup head ass.
Yeah, like
You
it used
see,
to. It felt like an MMO just in first person to me. Like
Yeah,
I didn't really spot much of a difference. Like the end game is crazy. I put 1,000 hours into it. Like the only other genre of game I could see you doing that like so easily is an MMO. So like,
yeah. Yeah, because the only thing I really have to compare it to is an MMO, is Black Desert, because the reason why most people keep playing, even though a lot of people complain about the RNG and the grind and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, there's a reason why. It's because you can choose to do PvP, or there's higher grades of PvE content that you can do. So it's like it gives people a reason to keep coming back and playing. So like I don't know. It's like I feel like they need to like these looter shooters need to be honest with themselves and just like say, hey, like we're gonna be an MMORPG, but we're gonna have an FPS element
Yeah.
to it. So
They need
just
to
wanna use
just
my
like
mods,
that
man.
like, and
Just wanna
they
use
need to
my
do that, but they
mods. You make
also
me use
like
such a
seriously
specific set of armor
need to
and
start
mods
putting
and
end
guns.
game like
Just let me
shit back
use
into these
them.
games because that's what kept
Okay.
all of them
Just let
alive.
me
That's why Borderlands
have
is like the
this.
godfather of loot shooters, basically, because that game, like Borderlands 2 at least, has a fire ass end game that lasted what 5 years? Like the Borderlands community lasted a good like 5 straight years, like
yeah.
making
When I do
content, playing the
challenges in
game, all that
VTube
shit.
for
And it's
raids
like
like I
if you
did in
can do
V1,
that, then like you've done it. It's just that, but games like Anthem, Division, and even Borderlands 3, like I don't see like the numbers even post like these games aren't even a year old yet, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah. Borderlands 3 isn't even a year old because it came out in September. Last
yeah,
September. The
Borderlands
other thing
3
I was gonna
Division.
the other thing I was gonna say about that, and I think what would keep that would make the genre like really take off or do better as a whole, is they need to add more community. Like I said, like the community for Borderlands 2 was really strong for a long time. That kept that game going for a while. I feel like they need to do more community things too. Like make people want to play more with their friends.
Yeah.
Like whether it's a guild system or like group PvE raids or a PvP stuff. Like I said, I keep going back to Black Desert, but like you can join a guild and you can declare war on other people. You can just have
A
all out
PvP
shootouts.
raid in Destiny would sound fire as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro,
Yeah.
if they add that's
Have like
next
territory
expansion.
wars or
That would be
or some shit
fire as
like that.
fuck.
Like you
Next
travel from planet to
expansion.
planet because so like say this planet is controlled by this guild of players and he's like, yo, we want to take over. And then hey, just declare war on them and see if you can take over their planet
Yo,
or some shit. I
Bungie,
don't know.
No, what's crazy is
The
that they
next
have
set of
like the
moves is coming
factions.
from here, bro.
Nigga, the factions in fucking Destiny. Like, why don't they have
They
like
should
they
have
have
faction
faction
wars.
wars? But it's a
Yeah.
war, but it's just like you
It's just
kill
the regular
PvE.
multiplayer. It's just you complete bounties for it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
complete bounties and then you give them more like shit, which is like
yeah,
kind of weird.
yeah, like do like clan wars or territory wars, but then also make sure that like that shit can drop at any time. Like you can lose your territory at any time or something like that.
Facts. Yeah.
Like so that because that keeps people motivated to stay on top of it and keep playing the game. So
Actual shootouts in Destiny 1, like between like Future War Code and Dead Orbit would be so gas, but like
could you imagine? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
they would have I feel like all of this like we're talking about for Destiny would have already happened had they separated from Activision back in like Destiny 1, but
Possibly.
you know, not
Yeah.
we don't get what we want all the time.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think so. I think they needed that funding.
yeah,
True.
They
They
definitely
That
did.
funding
They
came
definitely
there,
did.
came Activision with their head honcho mentality. You can't get
Yeah.
that funding without them having a say in whatever you putting out.
All right.
That's
And then
facts.
Bungie decided to finally put their foot down and say, you know what, we're good.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, like, could you imagine, like, if you're doing a raid in Destiny or Division or something like that, and then all of a sudden, like, a PvP clan like flags up on you and they start shooting it out with you,
Yeah,
like, you could raid like other people's like shit. Like, I don't know how OD that might be.
it would be crazy because ults would be going around everywhere. Hunter ults, fucking Titan smashing on the ground and shit.
Didn't
Fucking
Fallout
Everything.
76 try to
Nova
do
Bomb
something like
cleaning up
that?
everything. Didn't
Fallout
what?
76 had they didn't have multiplayer wars, I think, but they had big, large scale like battles with like dragons and shit that affected the entire map.
Like against PvE things or like?
Yeah, it was PvE. It wasn't really PvP. It was mostly like a radiation dragon thing would come down, radiate the entire map, and like everybody would have to fight it type shit. It was basically a raid, to be honest. But apparently with this new expansion that they're doing, they're going to add like actual faction battles, like across the map, and you could side with raiders or you could side with the settlers. So apparently they're gonna have that now, which is pretty cool.
That shit dead already.
I don't know, man. Like
76?
76 is unironically not dead. It had like it averaged like 1 million players for a long time. Like people
Like,
didn't
no one
give
else
up
got
on that
anything to
game.
do.
Yeah, like niggas did not give up on that game, and now it's getting an actual expansion, which is actually because if y'all remember, the whole thing with this game with 76 was that it was a Fallout game with no NPCs, which if you know Fallout like I do is fucking crazy. So they released a game with no NPCs, the world is dead, boring, all that shit. Now in this new expansion, they're bringing actual NPCs in, so It seems like because that can be considered a loot shooter, I guess, like an MMO type shit. Because that was the point they were trying to go for, like a follow MMO. It looks like these game companies are somewhat being or at least Bethesda's being honest. Like, yeah, this is kind of an MMO mostly.
Hopefully they tied Todd Howard to a tree and just left him out of the shit.
Yeah,
That nigga.
Todd gotta go.
Yeah, but all that shit we was talking about with PvP and all that stuff for looter shooters, yo. Hey, Godfall, take notes, yo. Put that shit in there. You should be gas.
Godfall, man.
I don't know, bro. Godfall, I don't know.
Yeah, but then again, that's Randy Pitchford and them niggas. So
That's just console launch titles in general. Don't really
that too.
live up to good standards. I mean, it's probably gonna be a beautiful game to look at.
I
Some
hope
nice
not. I don't want
combat
God.
to it, but-
Yeah, I don't want Godfall to be a sacrificial lamb for new next gen titles, yo. Because that game, like, the idea, like, I guess, because we don't know hardly anything about that game yet. Like,
Kenpachi wallpapers,
but-
guys.
but what's the name? The ideas that we were brainstorming on it, like having to go through like different mythologies of gods and like take their powers and shit, and like turn that into like an MMO setting. Like, come on now.
Be fucking gas.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, like, we might see a resurface of new MMOs like this gen, because
Low key, we are.
y'all know how Riot is like branching out and making new games and shit. Like, they're making a fighting game in that. They could make an MMO as well, because they have Riot actually has like good lore on their shit. They have so the way it works is like a lot of the characters are from like different areas of the world. Like some they're from a place called Zon. Some people are from Piltover. Some people are from the Void. Some people are from the Shadow Isles. And basically you could like have those areas as starting areas in the MMO type shit. Like, it's just like MMOs could actually resurface, and I want that because I do want like I wish this Discord like had like an MMO that we were on heavy. Like, BDO was kind of it for a little bit, and then niggas like got
don't want to
bored.
work. That's what that is.
Yeah,
lazy,
I'm
yo.
definitely not trying to do that shit.
You play BDO, you come to work, boy.
Yeah, I hope like sometime like all the Discords I'm on would like hopefully we on like
Well,
an MMO like crazy.
I mean, there is like I know you mentioned the resurgence of MMOs. There kind of already is. You just kind of have to look for it because it's a niche market. So like, there's actually quite a few MMOs that are coming out or are out right now that people like that have their own cult following. Probably the most, like Marty just said in Twitch chat, Phantasy Star Online 2 might be that move.
Oh, yeah,
it
it's
just
coming
came out on
back.
Xbox One, I think today, and then it's supposed to be coming out on PC at some point next month. So like, if he's excited for that, I'm kind of low key excited for that because as far as MMOs go, Phantasy Star Online is like an OG that's only been in Japan up until now. So hopefully, and it's gonna be free to play too. So at Phantasy Star Online might be that move. Obviously you've got BDO, which is an option. I'm gonna keep playing it till they cut the servers off. That's just me. But you've got things like Arcage, which is out there as an MMO. You've got WoW that's out there for that rabid fan base. So, and there's some other stuff too, like
apparently Terror 2 is being made as well.
is it? I wouldn't know anything about that. I've heard of Terra, but I never played it, so I don't know anything about that. But I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Log Horizon.
I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's like I don't know if it's an anime or like a game series, but apparently they're making an MMO based off of that. I mean, there's options out there for MMOs. I don't know if they're all good, but there's definitely some options out there. Just see what gets your attention and try it. So, but yeah, I'd say as far as that goes, keep an eye out for Phantasy Star Online for sure, because like I said, it's an OG and it's going to be free to play. So I'm definitely going to be playing that, or at least giving it a try.
Sure.
I definitely
just
want to play a MMO.
I really hope someday we all find like an MMO in here that we all fuck with and just
I
create
might
a
try out
guild
that
type
shit
shit.
Blitz was saying, so
We might like go crazy
Which
on
one?
it.
both of them.
Because I feel like those are like the
and then the other one
best
that's
games to like
coming
build.
on like
Yeah.
a month or something. You said.
Shit,
Yeah.
I had one. It was a Marvel one, but they discontinued that one quickly.
Damn.
Which one was that?
What was that shit called? Marvel Heroes or something like that?
That
It was
sounds
like
vaguely
way
familiar.
like back in 2016 where they discontinued it.
There was
It
supposed to be a
actually
Mega
fun.
Man. There was supposed to be a Mega Man MMO that was supposed to come out like 10 years ago. I remember seeing stuff about that. I was so hyped for that shit
Never
because it was
dropped.
gonna be like different characters from the Mega Man universe all in one giant like universe and shit. I was like, I was ready for that. That shit got canned because Capcom, them bitch ass niggas. But yeah, I mean, there's options out there. Like I said, it's just try something. Like just browse like the Steam page. A lot of MMOs have their own client launchers that are free to play, free to try. So there's stuff out there. So because low key, I am looking for another MMO as well. Because like I love Black Desert, but I like to continue that style of play, but with just like a different change of pace.
What y'all think about Final? Actually, I'll push this later on off stream.
You say what?
I was gonna ask if y'all wanted to see like Final Fantasy 14.
I thought about that. Maybe. I don't know. I have to see. I haven't really looked into it. I got to see gameplay.
You could try out a demo. I could show you gameplay after this, and then you can try out the free demo. It goes to like level like 30 or some shit.
Cause I heard they had a bunch of crossovers and stuff. Like they had some crossovers with like Nier and stuff. So 2B's in there. I was like, okay, that would have got me hooked. But I think that was only event based.
Yeah,
So I
a
think
lot
that
of
was
these
time-based.
crossovers event based, like The Witcher 1 and Monster Hunter. Because they don't like really keeping their like crossover shits in game a lot.
But yeah.
Alrighty. Did you want to do the next question? It's yours.
The original questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So basically, what I was trying to do with questions like these is, since we're all cooped up in the house, there's not really a lot of gaming news going on right now. There's been some stuff, but really not really much to talk about. So I was just trying to come up with like an original gaming question that we could talk about that's like gaming focused. One question that I was thinking of is, it sounds simple, but I'll explain what I mean. So basically, what's your gaming dream? So whether that's like, what's one game that you would love to see come out that may or may not ever come out, or like what's your optimal like gaming setup, like just pure fantasy in terms of when it comes to like just like video games in general. Like what's your gaming dream?
I can say this easily. To have a successful streaming video games, that's pretty. If that counts, I guess. Would that count?
Yeah, that counts.
Wait,
Yeah,
explain it.
just like having a successful like entertainment like platform, like either on YouTube or Twitch, streaming like video games and shit.
Like just like one stream, or just like doing it on a regular basis.
Yeah, like having just being able to like start up a stream and play any game type shit. That would be like my dream, like in terms of games. But
Are you like trying to like get like notoriety on Twitch, or like
yeah,
get like semi-known? Okay, yeah, that qualifies then.
but other than that, my like an actual game to come out like for my dream would be for Fallout 5 to be fucking like godly, like mind-breaking shit. Like it's the greatest RPG ever. That would be like my dream because I love Fallout. So either that or a Fallout New Vegas remake. That's crazy. It's just basically all Fallout, to be honest. Either that or ES6 is pretty good. Just something to do with like a really good game, like a very hyped up game for it to actually like hit like the way it's meant to. Because like a lot of these games that come out, like they're hyped up and then they drop and be like a 6 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10, like Anthem, which wasn't even a 6 out of 10 to be honest. But yeah.
All right. Chef, what about you?
I don't have a specific setup I would like. I would like for a game to. Well, I would like for Marvel's Avengers to be the game that's one of the best to come out.
Did you see the new trailer for that? That came out like last week.
It.
I probably should have put it on here. We might be able to just fire that up in a little bit, but
have a first reactions with it. What am I trying to say? Like a game with Anthem mechanics, with the end game of Borderlands 2.
Like years, my nigga.
That'd be
Decades,
great.
A decade, probably.
No, that'd be great.
That would be.
I'm not even asking for a decade. Give me like a good 5-6 years of like Anthem like mechanics, but like the content and the end game of Borderlands 2. Yeah, that'd be great.
And I'm not talking about like a live service bullshit either. Like the game is good on release, and going forward, like everything they add content wise is actually good too. Like everything is tested. Tested.
Going. Yeah.
Tested.
That would be.
Let these niggas know, Chef.
Since QAs is like obsolete at these times.
Jeez. Yeah, we're the QAs. We talking about
Apparently.
pre-order now for access to the closed beta. Yeah, there's your QA right there.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
exactly
bless
what they're
me.
doing with the Marvel's game, with the Marvel game. You got a pre-order for the beta access, and it's like, all right. I mean, I probably might end up doing it because I'm really looking forward to this game, and I'm not going.
I'll do it just to try it, cause yeah,
I'm really looking forard to it. So
we
it's
gotta get a
probably
release date first.
I'll succumb
Wait,
to.
when is it? Yeah, when is it coming out again? Did they put out a release date? I know it got moved back, but did we have
September, I
a?
thought. It's
Yeah,
around the
September.
time that Cyberpunk come out.
Fuck.
Yeah, they.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's either a week before, 2 weeks before, or 2 weeks after Cyberpunk, and I think it's before.
I'd rather. Yeah, put it out before. Boy, because Cyberpunk originally was supposed to be out tomorrow, yo. You have no idea how ready I was.
Crazy. That is crazy.
I was ready, boy. Oh my god.
Holy shit, that game was supposed oh my god, how fast this world moves.
Hey man.
Imagine if we was really sitting here waiting for Cyberpunk tomorrow though.
I would have took off work tomorrow. I'm not kidding.
It would
see
have
me.
time off at that point.
Yeah, I gotta use mine anyway before I lose it. So yeah, I would have took the rest of the week off to play Cyberpunk.
Nobody would see. Right now, I would just be meditating because the next week
I'd be
of my life,
brainstorming what I want my V to look like.
12. Yeah, it'd be 3. We'd be 3 hours away from Cyberpunk. It's crazy. Jeez.
Shit, since we probably not even gonna be able to hit the shy, I can take those vacation days back and move them up to September or some shit like that. Coincide with the Marvel's game and Cyberpunk. Lord, I might actually fucking do that. Hold on. Oh, the boy got an idea.
What
Get myself a full.
What's your gaming dream, please?
You say what?
What's your gaming dream?
I came up with the question, but I was having a hard time finding enough an answer. Damn. I got a couple. I guess the first one that comes to mind is a complete high definition remake from the ground up remaster or remake of the Mega Man Zero series. Like I know we just had the collection that just came out like in January or February or whatever. But I'm talking about like remakes from the ground up like HD. I'm talking about like fully 3D, 1080p 60 frame, like bring it into the modern era. Because honestly, that game series is probably my favorite of all time, but it was held back by it being on the Game Boy Advance. Because it had everything from gameplay to story, characters, and it just hit different to me. So that would probably be my first dream, I guess. I guess the other one that I really would like to see is a fighting game. Whether it be, I'd prefer in the style of like a SoCal or a Virtua Fighter or Tekken, but I could take it 2D2. But a fighting game featuring Star Wars characters, or this would probably be damn near impossible, but make it happen. Marvel versus DC.
Yo, I had
that would be
dream
fire.
as legit.
It would settle. It would settle all questions. Who would beat who? Batman versus Spider-Man versus Iron Man versus Superman. Hey, bruh.
Oh, Batman getting his ass whooped by Spider-Man.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, the Marvel versus DC game would be probably fucking world-breaking news.
The internet,
yeah.
Oh yeah, the internet would explode. Like, when's the last time the internet truly exploded? On positive.
Unfortunately, when
when Kobe died.
Yeah, when Kobe died.
Yeah, I was gonna say on some positive shit because I know that was the last time.
Shit when Goku.
It's been a minute.
Went Ultra Instinct.
Is it though?
That shit went really crazy. Okay, listen, your unneeded hatred for Super aside. By the way,
that wasn't not unneeded. I'm saying I don't remember it even breaking, or like too many people like
it broke. That broke a certain section of the internet. I'm talking about like universal, like wide. Like I'm talking about like when Endgame came, something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get it.
I'm talking about that just takes over everything. A Marvel versus DC fighting game would take over everything. And then, like I said, the other alternative for me would be like a Star Wars game. Like you could fight like as Jedi and Sith from like all eras. That'd be lit.
Man.
We could even put them beanlets in there, Kylo and Rey. Have them fight Darth Revan,
That is a murder.
Hey, but
that is
you
a
can do it
murder.
though. You'd be able to do it.
There's a
I'm
murder
telling you,
rate
bro.
in
I got
this.
ideas. Like these game companies, y'all want money? Yeah, hire me, bro. I got ideas, bro. I
I'll
know the
watch
Marvel
this.
versus DC thing would be a nightmare licensing wise, but damn it, there's enough money in the world to make.
Yeah, what they have to go through to get the DC versus Mortal Kombat shit?
Actually, I don't think it took that much because NetherRealm is under Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers is DC for the most part. So it probably wouldn't be that difficult. It wasn't that difficult for them to do DC versus Mortal Kombat, but yeah, we're talking about two rival companies coming together. So you'd have to get like a third party that really
Like, hey,
really
y'all
has
niggas
their
need to
shit
get
together.
together.
So it can't be Cap. Don't have Capcom do it. Don't have fucking. I mean, I guess you could get NetherRealm to do it off a presentation, but I don't know if they would get the gameplay right
They wouldn't
personally,
get the gameplay right. They wouldn't at all.
because MK11 sucks dick to me. But
Bullshit.
I guess maybe Bandai Namco. I don't know, or maybe or either Bandai Namco or Arc System Works from a gameplay perspective. That's the only ones I could really see that could handle it, maybe. Because otherwise, I don't know who else is making fighting games like that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really. I guess my dream. Well, like Blitz, I have a couple. First one would be to play Kingdom Hearts 2 again, like for the first time as a child.
Mm.
Re-experience it.
Yeah, re-experience it pretty much. The second one is make a good waifu game, like a finished one.
Oh my god.
hey, man, it's his dream. Let him have it, yo.
What is wrong with this dude, yo?
Hey, a little man dream, yo.
That's what I'm
Low
saying.
key.
Damn.
I mean,
Game.
we might have that on Horizon.
Okay, not even
Maybe.
on some bullshit. I'm not even. I'm joking about the waifu game, but I'm serious about like just the amount of. I want like uh a Doki Doki, but with like something I could put hours in on, and like has like so many not plot holes, but like multiple choices and plot ways you can go to like finish the game. Like I want something like pretty much Doki Doki, but like the plot and the story is on like crack.
Apparently that
That's all I
nigga
want
was
really.
supposed to be making that game. Should have came out like what, last year?
It should have came out last
He's
year.
making a horror game. No, it should have came out in 2018. That's when he teased it.
Damn.
He was
Yeah.
making a horror game with the Doki Doki character because that's what Doki Doki is. It was a teaser or promotion for the actual horror game that he was making, but you know, different shit happened. That hasn't happened yet, so.
Yeah, I just want like something like that, and then also I want to have my man cave. That's
Yeah, like the ultimate like gaming man cave. I feel that.
yeah.
Low key, I want to set up like Destiny FOMO has. Shout out Destiny FOMO because her shit is on point.
I want
Like,
like
have you
a
seen,
side
like,
of the
her,
room that has just like literally like gaming statues, figures, like all of that.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much my dream. The next question, and yeah, I'm gonna ask this one. What do you guys think is the longest running squad game in this Discord?
Longest running squad game?
Yeah.
Rainbow Six.
Overwatch.
Ooh, yeah, I'd say
Rainbow.
Rainbow then.
Unfortunately.
Nah, because squad, like when I hear
Okay,
squad, I
okay,
mean
you
like
have
more than like multiple niggas.
yeah.
Like
When I mean squad, I mean like
Everyone was on it.
Everyone was on that shit.
yeah,
I
Overwatch.
think Overwatch was the last one.
We were on Overwatch from what, like August 2017 to like
Nah, earlier than that for me.
yeah, even
Seriously?
earlier than that.
Because it
First
came
one
out in 2016.
No,
I was
I mean
on it
like
from day
us,
one.
like,
Yeah.
all of us.
Yeah,
Like, we were in the-
2016.
Yeah, wasn't the majority of it, even though we may not have known
didn't
each
meet
other
in
back then
2016.
exactly?
Yeah, yeah, that's when we all
We
first.
didn't meet in 2016. We met in 2017.
No, it
We
was
met in
2016.
2016.
Huh?
It was
Yeah,
2016.
The pay-
2016.
It's
The
been
Patreon
4
didn't
years,
start
yep.
until 2017.
We've known each other for 4 years.
Nah, man, it was not no 2016,
It was.
bro.
I don't
the
know who I was
page-
playing Overwatch with in 2016 because I was on Overwatch from day one.
We didn't. The Patreon wasn't created until 2017, like early 2017. So unless y'all was playing together in Twitch chat,
I guess it was 2017.
Poss-
It felt like it
no.
was 2016.
It felt like
Yeah.
no,
it was
it's been 3
2016 though. It
years.
was weird.
It's been 3 years. but
You're probably right, but
yeah, no, we played Overwatch from what, mid 2017 to like almost mid 2018, and Rainbow, like Rainbow lasted from what, like mid
Because I started playing with
2018.
Iffy and Tech the first.
well, Rainbow started out
Rainbow.
kind of shit, didn't it? Were you
Yeah,
playing it even
Rainbow
in,
didn't
in
have a
his
lot.
dark days?
Yeah,
We
it
were
was like
playing
what,
it in the
you,
dark
Aaron,
days.
Vince, Aaron,
Okay.
Vince, Eyes. That was really it.
Nah,
And then
it was
and then Bands
that
hopped
was
on it. And
before
I
that.
hopped on it.
That was before like me, Aaron, and Oz was playing the game heavy. Like it was me, Iffy, and Tack playing the game heavy.
Well, I hopped on somewhere like in between that because like y'all was on it heavy and
Destiny
that
was
shit was gas.
fucking fun as fuck.
Destiny
though.
was, I say Destiny was the best one though. That was that because we beat that raid and shit. That was a really good memory. For that shit.
It was fucking head
It was
aching.
legendary.
It was
It was a
it was
legendary
stress-
moment
Yeah,
though.
it was stressful, but it was fun as fuck.
Yeah, longest lasting era Overwatch, and then
I
after
probably
that
Overwatch is
be
probably
Rainbow.
probably the most universal one because pretty much a
Everybody.
good majority of us were on Overwatch for the longest.
Yeah.
So so Overwatch was the longest lasting one, then Rainbow, and then I'd say the most enjoyable one. Nah, I'd still give it to Overwatch, and then Destiny's like a really close second. Overwatch, we just had so many good moments on that.
This nigga Stanley said, "I forgot to heal you." My God.
Oh shit.
That shit is still nuts to me.
Jeff, did you have anything to say before we go to the next question?
Nah.
Yeah. All right. Another question. What's the funniest moment in the Discord?
Oh man,
That's too many to pick from, yo.
Hey, bro, what's your like personally favorite? Like, what's your funniest?
I gotta
say
think.
the one that I've been involved in personally, it was when I shit my pants playing Doki Doki.
That was great. That was our
Nice.
first pinned clip. That was our first pin.
That was legend. I sound so young in that.
Her
clip,
eyes,
dude.
her eyes.
Oh, let me post that shit again. Oh
That shit
man, I
is-
sound so
God
young.
damn.
Yeah, you sound like a rookie for sure.
Yeah, I'd say that's the best one I've been a part. I'd say probably that one.
Damn.
Her eyes.
I gotta think, yo. The funniest?
This nigga Mario.
We got so many though.
There's a lot.
Her eyes, her eyes.
When Ben broke his entire setup, that's recent.
That shit is pretty funny. Well, which time? Because he's done that multiple times now.
The latest
Oh my
one he was on
God!
Fighters
Oh, that-
getting his ass whipped.
That karate's crazy.
Yo, where's that
Yo.
clip, yo? Oh,
The karate
shit.
chop? You gotta. I
Wait,
think it's
just-
in Twitch clips. You gotta dig for it.
Just like hit from him hitting.
The
and
one,
shit,
the
yo.
the best one was no, it was the one. I think was it. Oh, he's got two from like last month. It was I think Ty got it when he just destroyed his entire shit. That to the point where his family had to come check on him.
This
shit
was the one I was talking about, the Vegeta one, where he's getting his shit pushed in by him.
Oh, that one. There was another one, Bands. Oh my God, there's so many. Oh my God.
163 views. Y'all shared this bitch around.
I'm probably sure half of those shits is mine. Because I watched that
My
shit.
man
like-
hit two things and this shit just collapsed. Yo.
There's a few. What's the one when y'all were playing? Oh, most of them came from Pub.
Yo,
Oh,
he's making his quest out 4 times in a
Pub
row and he
had
just
some funny ones, yo. There was one where this man Ty saw his life flash before his eyes, yo. When a team ran up on him from behind and he screamed at the top of his lungs. It was like 2 a.m.
Oh god.
Oh my! And he was like, and then there was the one where he took the grenade. He put the grenade too long and he threw. Yo, Pub was hilarious. Oh,
Yo,
man.
when Chef and Kenpachi were beefing, that shit,
Oh, that shit
on
was
Goats'
fucking
stream,
hilarious.
That shit was,
That shit was
fucking
fucking
funny,
hilarious.
yo.
Yo.
Kenpachi,
I don't even
watch
know
how
why
you
I
fucking
was.
speak
Nah,
to
I
me.
didn't.
Yeah, you were upset about something. I don't even
I don't
know
even
why.
know why I was upset, bro.
Cause Chef was being half serious, and then you were like, "What's that?" Your voice cracked and shit.
Nigga, what's up? Like, damn, man.
It was in the middle of an Overwatch match too. That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, it was ranked too, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Damn, Mitch.
Yo, don't watch that clip. Don't watch that clip. Don't
Damn,
watch that clip.
Mitch.
Don't watch that clip. Do not
Wait,
watch
which
that
one?
clip.
Which one?
This
Which
nigga
Oh!
said he's gonna rate Mercy, bro.
Oh yeah, yo, yeah.
Hey, I don't.
This
that's
is this
not
is a
me
this is a
anymore.
this is a semi-family friendly stream. We don't.
God,
Hey, that's
that
not
Oh,
me.
there was another one.
hilarious.
Speaking of Overwatch, yeah, another good one is "Don't Touch My Diva," bro.
Don't touch my diva, bro.
Bro, where is that shit at, yo?
I don't know if that's a clip,
Don't
but
touch
Damn.
my diva.
Nah, I
bro.
remember a fucking. My favorite clip was when
that may have been the same clip when you tried to you were Diva and then you tried to defense matrix the enemy Diva bomb.
Yeah, I did do that shit. I did do that shit.
When
I was
when,
like, and then he's like, "I defense matrix. What do you mean?
What do you
Like you were
mean?
legit
Shit.
shook." Like,
What do you
another
mean?
one was when Blitz. This is a small one. When Blitz broke his keyboard playing Soul Calibur.
Yo.
not my proudest moment.
Honestly, bruh, I was so scared. I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, I just hear
That was the
doof, doof.
That was the
doof. I'm
first
like,
time I've ever heard Blitz mad. Oh yeah, when
No.
I there was a lot here. There's this one where I was if you go to my channel and you look at my all-time clips, there was a one where I was playing Junkrat and I fucking
Oh yeah, that was funny. And
Yeah.
you did the concussion mine too early and you killed yourself.
Yeah.
What?
Stupid ass, dude.
That was funny.
What the fuck? So many. There's so
There's some funny ass people in this server. Yo.
What? Yo, this
a lot of the
fucking
trance
right
moments
now.
when he was saying nasty
He
shit.
was like, "This game right now." My man was upset.
Sound like a child.
My man was.
Sound like a
Oh,
child, man. Damn.
Yo, this.
Oh, there was what
Oh,
was the other one?
no.
I have to go back to pub. What was the one where Bams was holed up in the house and then he got killed and then you heard Vince make the sound?
I don't remember that shit.
Wait, a lot of the
Arrogant,
deceive moments.
sweetie.
You know what we doing in the kids'
Oh,
y'all was playing to see.
bruh.
I didn't play that. That was y'all.
You had to play
Oh, I
that
remember
shit,
this.
yo.
Holy shit.
This
I,
shit
did,
was
I
fucking
downloaded that game like
hilarious.
twice and never played it with y'all. Oh, the Rainbow
Oh,
Scrims.
shit.
Oh my! I downloaded that game like
God.
twice. So many good moments. When Kenpachi TK'd
Oh, the
me
Rainbow
with this
Scrims.
fucking capital arrow.
Ah, nah, Chef remember a good time on Rainbow. Yes, sir. Walking that barbed wire,
Reason why I
get
ain't-
done up.
That's one of the reasons I ain't even touched the game in a minute.
Damn.
That might be that. I think honestly, the moment where I know Chef quit Overwatch when he got Kennedy, he got JFK'd as Mercy.
Yo,
my God,
he
dude,
got
JFK.
laid out.
Cause we
He
was
was
pushing
on
the
the
payload.
point.
We was getting
You
picked.
just see
We was knocking
Tank's
him back
body
and then
just fall like a feather, bro. I was like, oh.
no, he was
Anybody
Mercy.
have
He was
that?
sitting on the payload. He was standing on the payload, and then out of nowhere, just boom.
Oh, I was
No.
Moira.
Nobody
I
got
thought you
that
were
clip?
Mercy.
No, it was Moira. That was when Moira was out and we was using her heavy.
Yes,
I
sir.
dropped.
He was like boom, and we were like, "What happened?"
The thing is, it was a Reinhardt right in front of me with a shield up.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what happened. He curved the bullet somehow.
This nigga actually
I
got
think he got
assassinated.
picked off by a widow, yo.
That shit was hilarious.
Legendary, boy.
Chef, do you have a funniest moments of the Discord?
Uh,
Nah, that shit when he said, "I'm grabbed something out of midair." That shit had the
Yo, yeah,
Discord
that-
dying
Oh
for
yeah,
like
RL
a couple
has that
days.
somewhere.
Oh
I think
my
that's
God.
pinned.
He had
yeah,
the
it was.
Discord
It was.
dying.
I had to. It's the. I got my drawing in there too. That was probably going to be one of the moments I chose.
I think that's the best one, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was talking about I'm gonna kick off
gonna grab-
something in the air.
Because Chef was in character for the longest, and then he finally couldn't do it no more.
Yo,
Shit
this
was
shit. You see this shit?
He was in character for like 40 minutes straight.
It was a good 45 minutes.
then just
That
started
nigga
dying.
said safe at the
I'm a
bottom
wrestler.
right, yo. It's.
Is this it? I think this is it.
I'm
It was.
fucking-
It was a
on
stream.
Dark Souls that night and everything.
That shit was hilarious.
Good at. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was it.
This is it. You gonna use gravity? Huh?
You gonna use gravity? How?
This nigga Chef wheezed, bro.
You gotta use gravity
He
how?
was like, "Yo, what am I saying? What are you?" saying?"
Whenever I'm falling down,
Oh
grab something to
goodness.
stand
You know, I
on
used to
while-
believe that shit though.
Oh,
I used to believe that shit. Like, if you was to, if you was to fall off some shit and you grabbed onto something before you went to the ground, you will be safe. Nah, you end up dying either way it go. Like, oh shit.
Who think
Some
like
shit
that?
like that. Hey
Yo,
man, it
Chef,
kind of made sense.
You
Kinda.
different, yo. Oh,
It made sense in my head, but you know.
That is some hilarious ass shit, yo. Oh my god.
You know what I mean? No, I ain't go to class.
I think for me it was definitely that shit, and then like the Brawlhalla shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Brawlhalla had some funny moments too.
Fucking what else? PUBG. PUBG definitely was a time I would like to go back to just because how funny shit was. It was literally like something happening like every time we played PUBG.
2018. I'd say 2018
Yo,
was the
when
best
Vince
era
fell
of
off the
PUBG.
cliff and the
Oh yeah, he was ah!
ah, and then that shit blew up.
Like, even
Yo,
though
that shit
I was like
hilarious.
fucking, I wasn't really having that good of a time in here, like majority of the time in like 2018. I'd say that was like the best part of this Discord, like the best time in here, because we was on Rainbow, we was on Overwatch, we was on Pub, we was on Tekken at one point. Like, we were just on a lot of games having.
I don't know about that Tekken stuff. I don't know, man. That was getting kind of
Yeah,
Man,
when I started
was
playing
testy.
Noctis, oh man,
Oh yeah.
Oh
when
my
you went on
God.
that 20-game win streak.
yes sir. It ran through the whole lobby, bro, with DLC.
Yeah, too bad no one plays him now.
True.
Not even in tournaments.
He will always be my goat for that shit. I don't know how that character was so like
I mean, he was brand new. No one had figured him out yet.
yeah, I just gravitated to that nigga. He was flashy. Nigga was hitting him. Oh man. Marty said he downloaded me.
There's a lot of stuff you can do with that frosting.
I was the one that
Okay,
snapped
yo,
it
wow, bro, like,
I remember because I was playing Mina.
What?
I said there's a lot of
Marty
stuff
came
y'all
in
can
there
do with that
Steve,
frosting.
beat his Steve. I think the
put it on the cake?
The time when Marty washed me was like
oh
when
my
I hadn't
God.
played the game in like 5
Cake,
months and we
nigga,
were for a
cupcake.
copy of Soul Calibur. It
Girl
was like
cake.
me, Dan, Sector, and him. And then obviously me and Marty got to the finals and then he washed me. Oh my god, I was piecing Sector up. Jeez.
This guy.
You heard what he said? He was piecing Sector up. Sector don't even play games like this.
Sector, he didn't practice. You know how that goes.
Was this the start of like Sector's fighting game? Or whatever?
No, I don't. Because he was playing Brawlhalla for the longest. But I'm not gonna lie though, so low key Soulcal has some funny moments too. Besides me busting up my keyboard.
Oh
but,
yeah.
Bruh, when 2B first came out, she was giving Kenpachi fits. That shit
No,
was
I
hilarious.
hated her for like a hot. I hated her more than Voldo a couple times.
She
yo.
was giving him fits, yo.
Crazy
She was
ass
hilarious.
time.
That shit. is
Crazy ass
different.
time, man.
And then fucking Chef and Yoshimitsu fucking bullshit.
Oh my god. Chef, what was that big fat white nigga?
Bob?
Bob, that nigga Bob.
Oh,
my
from
God.
Tekken?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's still one of my favorite characters from Tekken. It's just so crazy that he's that big but can move like that.
And he's that fast.
That's what drew me to him.
Fucking God.
But shout out to Yoshimitsu. Complex
shout out.
mechanics, but once you get him down, you gonna touch somebody.
This
shout out
nigga
to
Chef.
Noctis.
Damn.
Damn!
Forever the
Somebody fight back!
forever the greatest Tekken character. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
literally Kenpachi's
Yeah, at least.
nemesis strikes back again.
Yeah, that one fight where you were soul charging, I was up
This
in the
is
air.
literally it. This is literally
Yeah.
the clip. Bro. What's that?
Yeah, that should have brought that should have
Fuck this game,
me. I
yo.
don't know how it
Fuck
did
this game on everything.
That shit is nuts.
Fuck this pussy. Fuck
My
this
nigga stayed in
Look
the
what-
air.
Yo, I was.
Oh
That shit is
my
nuts.
god. This was Dorm Kenpachi too, bro. You know.
Oh,
my
man.
This is during the arc, bro.
That
The,
shit-
Dorm Kenpachi.
the college arc, yo.
The
Jesus
college, the
Christ.
freshman year art,
freshman
second
year
best arc
arc.
in the Discord. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ. Low key, that was gonna be another question, but we can say that. For,
Best arc in
for
here?
next time. Yeah.
Define arc.
Like,
Like,
literally,
just-
like character arc. Like, I think some of the arcs was the Majin Buu arc. The goddamn.
No,
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
actual shit that happened, like to
That
us.
that
that
was
happened,
a
we
whole
talking about.
arc. Yeah, that was a whole
No,
arc. What? Do
what?
You mean?
That was a command. That's
Yeah.
almost shit
It's
that
part of the
happened
arc.
in
It's
That's
part
IRL.
of the
part of the
arc.
arc. That's part of the arc.
Huh.
How we even came up with the
You
joke.
get-
That's the
You
arc.
getting
yo.
kicked every other week was part of the arc, yo.
That's the
Mm.
Majin Buu arc. Yo.
The 2018 arc.
Yes.
That was a
Then-
pretty
That was-
bad arc for me, at least.
That's part of your vindication.
True. And then the redemption arc in like late 2019. Kenpachi's
I ain't have no
freshman
arc,
year
bro.
arc.
I'm the perfect character. I ain't got
You've
no
been
arc.
the same nigga. Yeah. Chef been the same nigga. RL,
Chef Marvel
Aaron.
No,
Puzzle
I've
Quest arc.
definitely changed.
Yeah, Chef was a lot. He was a
He was
bit
a
of a
lot
dickhead
goofier.
back in the
He
day.
was a lot goofier.
Huh?
I
He
ain't
was
say
a
all
bit of a
that.
dickhead back in the day,
I
Chef.
ain't-
A little
damn.
bit, a tiny bit.
Yeah.
It's not
Damn.
gonna stop.
You
You know what
peon.
I'm saying? Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. I remember that. Chef know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Did Bands have an arc? The Walmart band, like all of Bands' jobs, basically. Walmart Bands. Oh, that was pretty legendary.
That arc is still going. Isn't he still a security guard right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not now, but
Nah,
I mean, he hasn't been furloughed. I don't think.
Nah, he hasn't.
The
He's
trans
getting a
arc
new
when
one
he was
next.
saying wild shit every day.
Shout out
I'm
to
pretty sure
Trance,
that's
yo.
still happening.
Yeah,
We
shout
got a
out-
whole we had a whole video on Trance, yo. That disgusting mother on the fucking the porta potty story. Nah, bruh.
The
shit was
Mario and
hilarious.
Ty era when they was just
Oh,
laughing
the,
about
the
everything.
Giggle Twins, yeah.
Yeah, when they was laughing about fucking everything. The On era when she was here. That was kind. That
She's
was
still
like
in
a-
here. She be chilling.
Well,
though.
she was in here heavy playing Overwatch with us like a shit ton. Trying to think. That's really it. It's not much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Konami versus Gen 1 era.
I don't remember that.
That was like a week of just
That was like a
when
pure
Marty
week
was
of
mad
just
at them.
of like
Just
gaming.
coonery.
Marty fucking engaged war and shit.
Wait,
Like,
started war with
started
them
a
niggas.
war. I'm like, yo, chill, bruh.
And he infantry too, man.
Nigga out here starting wars he can't fund, like shit.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
It
it.
was good times. It was good times.
Yeah.
I'd say me and Kenpachi are the only ones with like individual like character arcs. Everybody
Nah,
else
Bands,
has been.
Bands got one.
Oh yeah, Bands and Trent. What Trent is like?
Trance had
Is that
one.
really a
That's
character
because-
arc?
Just because he be in here and be out because of work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess my last question. You and I got more. Do you think Cyberpunk is gonna win Game of the Year, like off the strength?
Yes.
If
It's
it
my
lives
game
up
of the
to
year.
hype, easily.
Like
There-
just
if
because
any-
of like
well-
Corona time is pushing back like everything else and like putting shit on.
Oh, it was gonna
delay.
be game of the year regardless.
Yeah, it
Alright.
doesn't really
It
matter.
was, yeah, it was probably going to be mine, to be honest with you. Because honestly, if it's not this, it'd be the Nier remake that's coming out.
Mm.
It'd be those two.
Real quick, I want to ask y'all. Like this is just quick. Y'all think a remake can be Game of the Year?
Yes, it's a game, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just checking. So,
You know, I know niggas is probably pushing for Final Fantasy VII to be.
yeah,
game of the
Final
year.
Fantasy VII. If we say that, then I think Final Fantasy VII might win it, just because of like the amount of
Off the strength.
nostalgia. Yeah,
Yeah,
off the
I
strength of
guess.
the name itself, it will probably.
Yeah,
win.
because apparently niggas can't play the game for more than 20 minutes without crying rivers and shit. That
It's
nigga
a
Mac.
lot
I
of
don't know if you saw
nostalgia.
any Maximilian stream. He needed a tissue every 20 minutes, yo. Like, man, if you don't play the damn game,
Yeah, this shit. But yeah, if Cyberpunk lives up to all the hype like the internet gives it, like we give it everybody, it will easily win Game of the Year. Probably it'll start out as like Game of the Decade easily.
it has to. I feel like it's going to be hitting Witcher expectations because
Yeah.
they've started teasing their DLC plans, which apparently is a big deal. Like
It'll-
they have
it'll
big
set
plans
the
for their
bar.
DLC expansions.
It'll set the bar for RPGs this decade easily if it lives up to the hype.
Shit, open world games at that.
Open world games,
Yeah.
period. The full day and night cycle, and every NPC is unique.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit. That game. I hope that game slaps. But yeah.
Just give up and get niggas smoke. I don't know if I have niggas too. Alright.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be game of the year.
man, it was supposed to be out tomorrow, yo.
Alright.
And it got delayed even before Corona took over.
Oof.
Mm.
Yeah, make
Bliss,
sure
do
the
you want to
polish
do
is perfect.
you want to do the anime ones since you came over them?
Yeah. Let me. This fuck. Oh my god, this team sucks. All right. Yeah. So for anime, actually, I'm gonna do this a little bit out of order. Well, no, I'll do it in order.
No, you can do,
Um,
just
no-
pick what you want.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll do it in order. This is one question I was thinking about. Or actually, I saw somewhere. I don't remember where, but. What's one anime that no matter what the reception is, no matter how much hype it's getting, how much positive reception it gets, what's one anime that you just can't get into? And then I guess you could also say vice versa. What's one anime that gets a lot of shit, but it's actually not that bad in your opinion?
Okay. I can start this out easily. Number one, One Piece.
As
I keep
one that
telling myself
As
that's
one that
probably
you don't like, or
no, that's
one
the
that,
one that gets really good reception. Well, it gets shit on too, but like, you
that
know
you
what I'm
just
saying?
can't get into?
Yeah, I keep telling myself, yo, I'm gonna watch One Piece little by little. I'm gonna just, get through these little episodes here and then, and I just never did it. And it's like whenever I hear like can't get into, that means like I think it's bad type shit. Like I just literally just
It's just
haven't
not for
gotten
you.
into it. Yeah, like I just haven't gotten into it yet. I can just list them off. One Piece, Bleach, uh
I'll let Kenpachi talk to you about Bleach. I mean, Bleach is cool to me, but I'm
yeah.
not a super fan like Kenpachi is, so I'll let him talk to you about that. But
Um
well, I mean, when I
can't
say get it, when you can't get into it, it's just like, it's not necessarily that you think it's trash, but it's just not something you're interested in,
yeah,
or something that you struggle to see the hype behind it.
um I I, I don't struggle to see the hype behind it because I know why they're like big three and shit, and I respect them as animes. But it's just I haven't gotten the time to get into, like, even during quarantine where I have all the time in the world, I just haven't been like, you know what? Let me go watch some One Piece or some Bleach. It just hasn't happened yet. Um Another one is I guess I My Hero can kind of count for me. I watched the first like 2.5 seasons. I got like a little bit through season 3 and just quit because it was a shitty training arc. Um so yeah, that's really it. And
Yeah,
then
I can definitively tell you, I've officially dropped My Hero.
yeah. So yeah, it's
I
mostly One
don't
Piece
care
and
about that
Bleach.
shit no more.
I just haven't found the time, haven't gotten into it yet, but eventually, hopefully, I do get to watch one of them. It'll most likely be Bleach, and then yeah, that's it.
Nigga, hurry up. Shit. Or just read the shit. I don't know. It's probably better
What?
reading it.
What?
I said it's probably better reading it.
Reading what?
Bleach.
Oh yeah. Apparently the same for One Piece too. And like what was the other criteria? It was like games I don't see the hype behind, or animes.
What's the other? It'd be vice versa. So what's the one anime that gets shit on a lot, but personally you find pretty good?
Oh, SAO. Easy. SAO.
Okay.
I mean, granted, majority of the niggas who shit on SAO actually don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But the fact that it still gets slandered when it only has one bad arc is pretty annoying.
Now,
'Cause
is it
like,
the arc that gets it shit on? Because from what I've seen,
I
the
think
only
it's the
reason I
story that
know,
gets it shit on.
because I think the one thing every time I hear SAO, and based on what I've seen, it's always about there's like shit with like incest and rape going on in there, and
yeah.
I don't care how good an anime is, I don't get down with that shit, bro. I don't get down with rape and shit.
So the arc that everything you're talking about goes on in is Alfheim. It's the Alfheim arc where they leave. So it's directly after they leave SAO, and Asuna is kept inside like the servers of that like game company, and she gets transferred to Alfheim, where the leader of that company or whatever, or like some type of, he's like a high ranking member. He married Asuna in her sleep.
Huh?
And
Yeah,
then
yeah. You lost me.
yeah, and then proceeded to like rape her in game. Like there was nothing saying about rape, but like he was
Isn't it
abusing
like
her in
heavily
game.
implied?
Yeah, she was very much like abusing her in the game of Alfheim, and basically it was like Kirito trying to get her out of there, and like there was like a side story going on. Like I said, this all in the same arc. There was like a side story going on where Kirito's cousin kind of had a crush on him, and it was like it
Yeah, you
was just
lost me there too.
it was a lot of wild shit in that one arc. And it was, like I said, y'all can have that arc. It has a lot of fucked up shit, but like niggas be slandering the entire show. Like season 1 of SAO, unslanderable. Like fuck off, you can't slander it. Gun Gale, pretty good. I don't
Gun
see
Gale
how
was
you can
really
really
good.
slander that one. Yeah,
So
Gun
all that
Gale,
shit that gives SAO heat, that's all one arc, or is just scattered throughout the show?
it's scat. So like the main thing you'll hear about SAO is the first season, because that's like the initial part of the show where they're trapped in sorta online and like are like trying to get out. But then after that they escape the game, and then after that they go into like different games. Like right now, so after SAO, which is season 1, they have Alfheim. Shit, like you can have that. Then they have Gun Gale, pretty good, and then they have Rosario's Mother's Rosario, which is a pretty good anime or pretty good arc as well. And then they have like a new arc which came out like last year called like Alicization or some shit, and apparently
Alakazam.
that's solid. Alec, yeah. So like it's just the show doesn't deserve as much slander as it gets because it only has one bad arc really. But you know,
Yeah, because that's pretty much all I hear about is there's rape and shit. And as soon as I hear that, I was like, yeah, miss me, because I don't play that shit at all.
yeah, it's just one arc though. Like if you can skip it, I mean, it's kind of integral to the story, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just one bad arc, and then after that, you get Gun Gale, which is a treat, and then yeah.
Okay. Chef, what about
All
you,
right.
China? Um,
Oh, I was gonna answer the question.
Oh, go ahead.
you gonna
Yeah.
say Gumball?
No, I was gonna say Dragon Ball Super.
Wait,
Ah.
Wait, Dragon Ball is a
good?
series or Dragon Ball Super, or specifically Super,
Specifically Super.
that you just can't get into?
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
started watching it when it was first in America, coming out on a weekly basis. And I mean, at first I was getting into it, but at that time I was already getting tired of the antics that Dragon Ball kept doing, as far as
Constant
y'all
power
know,
boosts, new
constant
transformations
power
and shit.
boosts, all that
Yeah.
shit. Because
It's
Beerus was the character that got me into it. I fucks with Beerus heavy.
yes, sir.
He's one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters. But
So
I couldn't really get into it because I know it's probably a good show and I probably would enjoy it if I sat down and watched it now that everything is out. But at first, I just really couldn't get into it. I wasn't trying to go through another arc of Goku being beat and then training and all that because I do want to see the Universal story.
It's a good arc. It's a good arc.
The what is it?
Universe
when all the
Survival.
universes came together to fight the arena shit. I
Tournament
wanna
of
see-
Power?
Universe
Yeah,
Survival.
Tournament of Power. I want to see that definitely, but at that time, I just really could not get into it.
The stereotype with it being like a constant power up, I guess, is true because in Super he gains Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Kaioken,
Listen to that shit. What the?
and then and then he gets Ultra Instinct, which is like it's those power ups. They're enjoyable to watch, and they're just good power ups in general. And I feel like that shouldn't really deter you from the show. Like okay, so Super is good. It's not objectively shit. Like
Oh
the
no, I know.
anime,
I'm just
yeah,
saying it was at that time where I was getting tired of what they were doing with Goku.
yeah.
Like if I
Like-
sat down and tried to watch it now, I'd probably enjoy it.
I
But
feel like yeah,
it just
I
wasn't
would.
doing it for me.
Yeah, I would agree with Chef on that. I feel like if Super was about someone else, like if they were doing the same shit with Goku, like getting new transformations, new power ups and shit, but they were doing that with someone else, I feel like that would be more receptive to it. The fact that it's been the same nigga for over 30 years getting the same power up, and he's still not the strongest in the universe yet. It's like,
he's the strongest in his universe, but not in the multiverse.
well, yeah, but I guess I would be more interested in the story if it was about someone else.
Yeah, like Gohan.
Yeah, like Gohan, like originally, what's the name? After the Cell arc, Dragon Ball Z was going to be about Gohan, or whatever the next iteration of Dragon Ball was going to be. It was going to be about Gohan.
Yeah. Super, like towards the beginning, the main criticism was that the animation was god awful, and that was because
Yeah, it
they had
was.
they have brand new animators. And they had to pump out an animation a week, which apparently for new niggas is fucking impossible.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened to Higurashi in season 1.
Yo,
Because we could tell when the interns were drawing that day.
that animation
Yeah.
was looking brazy.
So after that, you have the universe. So you start out with the Frieza arc and the Beerus arc, which is the God of Destruction arc. Those two, or Battle of Gods and Revival of F, those are decent arcs. It's just the animation is off, but you could always just watch the movies, which are really well animated, and they go through the entirety of the arc in like it's way more cinematic. Then you go to the Universe 6 arc, which is it's just fighting. It's just a big tournament that they have between universes. It's pretty entertaining and it has some like world building. And after that, you have the God arc, Goku Black arc, which is I will always stand by this. Zamasu is like top 3 villains in Dragon Ball. He's so good. Whenever you learn about like everything he has, like or everything he's like fighting for or whatever, like his motivations for being a villain, they're good. Then you have the Tournament of Power arc, which is just it's just fighting again, but it's really good. And you just it can get emotional too, because like you see like everybody what they're fighting for as well. Like you just see Vegeta's I say Vegeta was like the main person with like we see his motivations because like he just had his daughter and shit, and he's like, man, like I really
Another
can't take
daughter.
this L.
Nigga
You said
pull out
what?
game weak.
I said another daughter.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey man, that's love, I guess.
yeah. So it's good. Hopefully, it is long though. It's like
Uh,
100.
It's Pokemon. Pokemon is considered anime, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got an anime.
Now I used to watch that heavy back in elementary school, but past a certain, I forgot when I stopped watching it. It just seemed like it was getting repetitive. That's another anime I
It's
couldn't
it's
get
it's
into.
it's mad repetitive.
Yeah, that's another
Um,
anime I couldn't get into. No matter, because I know a lot of people say Pokemon is one of the best animes out there because
it's not.
it stood the test of time for some people, but I
It's
still
not.
couldn't get into that.
As overall, it's not like the first couple seasons. I think once you get past like season 5 is when it really starts to get cumbersome. Interestingly enough, I started watching. I watched X and Y and XYZ, which I don't know what gen that is, but to me that's probably has the most consistency for the Pokemon anime since it first came out, because it's like this nigga Ash actually has like he's like a solid character. Like he's not just taking L's day after day and
Mm.
stuff like that. And it's actually the first time. It's like one of the first times where he actually focuses on characters other than himself that actually have come ups and have character development and stuff like that. So, um, like the Pokemon anime overall, it's kind of spotty. Like I'd say from seasons probably like 6 through I don't even know, like 6 through like 11 or 12 maybe. It's kind of or I don't know. I don't know the seasons, but like there's a pretty good chunk in there in the middle where it's like it's kind of shit, and then like but then like towards the end where like what came out like probably like 3 or 4 years ago was actually pretty good in terms of story. But that doesn't matter because Digimon's superior to Pokemon anyway as an anime. Um, I'm not kidding. I like that I will fight a nigga on that. I'm pretty sure I'm willing to bet I'll get plenty of support on that too. Um, but in terms of
What
an
about
anime,
Major
I got a
though?
couple. I can't tell you about that. Um, but in terms of anime, I got two. One I just I can't get into, no matter the reception. Um, Kenpachi and Mitch, both of y'all might come after me for this.
Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, it's like I finished it. I think what really takes
That's
it
all I
down
care
for
about,
me
to be
is,
honest.
I
I
mean,
finished it, so I'm chilling.
the fact because when I finished it, the fact that the way it ended is the reason why it takes it down for me, because it's just like, what did we go through all of this for? It's just like
Story ain't done yet, unfortunately.
it's not done, but up until that point, you could have had a pretty definitive conclusion to the story as it was, because the whole idea for Gon doing his thing, doing what he was doing, was to find his dad, right, and
Well,
reconcile
he
with his
did
dad,
that,
right?
yeah. Well, the
It's
point
just
of
the
the
way it
anime
happens. It's
is
just
to do
like
that.
that's it.
No, he didn't
He
really.
just
I mean,
climbs up a tree.
he didn't really find his dad. Like, he didn't
You
really.
said
I
what?
mean,
You cut out.
I think what they were trying to allude to is like he found his dad, but obviously like the journey doesn't end there.
Yeah.
no, it doesn't. But that was his main driving motivation, was it not?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
To
and
find
then
his
like
dad.
he
And then
found like
just the
other
way it happens.
reasons. Like he found
Yeah.
other reasons to like continue on the journey that he's on.
But do those other reasons supersede the main reason he started his journey in the first place?
I mean, now like he's still going to search
sometimes,
for
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
I
a
mean,
little
just the
bit of it.
fact that he spent all
Like
this time looking for
he's
his
gonna
dad.
meet up with Killua again,
Yeah.
and like he's gonna
Yeah.
meet
No.
up with
And
the squad again. So
yeah, and I know the story's not done, so like I'll give it points for that, I suppose. But just the fact that he went through so much shit to find his dad, and then the way it happens is just like, what? They like met at like a fucking voting booth or some shit like that out of nowhere. It just seemed completely random. I mean, that's just kind of like the thing that kind of takes it down for me. It's just like it felt very anticlimactic. Like the main character's motivations just fell into his lap, and it's like he could have not done his journey and then it got to the same result. That was my whole thing. But
It
like,
was I think they just had world building. Like they were building the world as like the journey went on, and then they were like, okay, after so the main goal is to find his dad, but then after that, like we have an entire new like world for you niggas to like
Yeah,
explore.
and that's where it stopped. That's where it had stopped right now, right? We haven't seen.
Well, in the right now in the anime, it's done. Yeah, we don't know when it's coming back. But in the anime, they're on their way to that new area. Or anime in the manga, they're on their way to that.
And like
like new world.
the god tier hunters like have trouble over there, so it's
Yeah.
a
Okay.
it's a new room to
I mean,
introduce newer, stronger characters.
yeah. So like I said, I finished it. And I didn't like. I used to think like I didn't see the hype at all. But then after I finished it, I was like, okay, I can see why people think this is gas. But it's just not something like it was just okay to me. Like if people give it a 10, I give it like an 8.
Mm, fair.
That's reasonable.
I mean, as
Um,
long as you don't shit on it.
No, I can't
Uh,
shit on it. I honestly, I think the other thing that kind of hurt my opinion of it too, and I know I said before, like I prefer to watch stuff in my native language, but I can't watch it dubbed.
Yeah, you don't really
Mhm.
watch it dubbed. You don't really watch it dubbed. You just have to watch it sub.
Yeah, and I watched the majority of it dubbed, and it's just the way like I know there's a lot of exposition, the narrator's explaining a lot of shit and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of exposition, but just to hear it dubbed just felt, eh. It was grating. It was very grating.
Yeah.
Um,
Like there's literally multiple parts that are like so important that it just sounds it won't hit the same when you hear it in dub. Like when Gon was mad at Pitu for not for taking too long to heal Komugi. Like that
Legend.
shit was a god tier moment.
yeah. But yeah, that's my one, and then I think the other. Oh, pick, let's go.
Oh shit.
Um, and then I think the other one that I just can't get into, and I think y'all can probably agree with this for the most part. JoJo's. I
Oof.
just don't get it.
uh
I haven't cause I haven't seen it per se, but I had it described to me by a coworker who was infatuated with it at the time, and the way he was describing it, it just sounded way all over the place. Because it's like I don't know how many parts there are, but it's like they're all loosely connected, and then it's always a different main character each part, and it's just like it sounded the way he was talking to me about it, it just sounded like it was. So I just never really got into it. So plus, I'm not really the biggest fan of the art style. I know it's unique, but
It switches up every arc though.
that too, yeah. So it's like because I'm a big fan of consistency when it comes to like a lot of things. So the fact that, like I said, the art style switches up, the main character switches up, and like I said, the way that this dude was describing the whole plot to me, it's just like this sounds all over the place. Like I'm not gonna keep up with it. I just
Like
never really
you know
bothered.
that it like switches MCs every part, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't
So-
like that?
Nah, not really. It just the way it was described to me at first didn't sound appealing to me. So I was like, nah, I'm cool. So
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I
honestly,
got through the
and-
first
and-
three
and-
parts, and it
yeah,
wasn't
and then-
anything crazy. Like
Yeah,
it's
and
good,
then-
but it's not insane.
yeah, and then honestly, I have to call a spade because I believe in being completely honest with people. Its fan base is a cult. I'm not even gonna pull punches on that. It's like that's cool. It's not like they really like bother anybody, but it's just a little annoying to me sometimes how JoJo niggas think that their show is the center of the anime universe. Everything is a JoJo reference. Like yo, like the man's that's holding that hat that Jotaro wears. That niggas was wearing that before JoJo's came out, bruh. Like, come on now.
No,
So-
it's because the way that it's animated on him is that it's like a hat, and then his hair is like the other half of the hat. It's like crazy.
Yeah. So and that's fine. Like, if you're trying to be interesting, which I don't have a problem with that. It's just like I said, like there was a world before JoJo's. It's okay. The center of the universe is not JoJo's. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, I can't shit on the show. Obviously, it's popular for a reason. It appeals to a lot of people. A lot of people love it. I'm not going to disparage them for that. It's just not for me. So
And Aaron done caught like what two of his favorite animes in this little list right here.
I don't think Hunter's is favorite.
No, One Piece.
Did-
and,
did he finish-
JoJo's.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
One Piece.
true.
Yeah.
and then what was the other part? I can't really think of an anime that a lot of people shit on that I like. That's like it's unpopular to like it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see many of those.
I've seen mixed reviews on Future Diary, even though I think that shit is great. But
Future
that's just
Diary
me.
is fire. I don't know what why they would say anything bad about it.
I don't know. But
Um,
yeah,
something that something I can't get into. I would say definitely Dragon Ball. What the fuck?
that's
Um,
interesting because that's usually the gateway for a lot of people.
yeah, the gateway was Soul Eater for me. Um,
Really?
yeah,
Soul Eater?
yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Hmm.
Type of term is this?
What?
What term?
Soul Eater?
That's an anime.
That's the name.
It's his name of the show,
Yeah,
and it came out like 10 some odd years ago.
yeah.
I
I
was just a
saw it
little
on
surprised.
Netflix. No, I saw it on Netflix first. That's why I saw it. Um,
Huh.
but Dragon Ball, I don't know. It just like that aspect of him like getting a power up just off the strength of plot really doesn't, uh, I guess entice me to watch it more, or to even like finish it. I guess.
I would say if you were ever, I'm not saying do it, were ever to get into Dragon Ball, I highly recommend watching the original Dragon Ball first, because that's how Goku gets his come up, and he actually struggled to get to in his fights. There was actually like there were actually other people that were beating him.
Damn.
Like he's lost to Master Roshi, he lost to Tien, he lost to Mercenary Tao. So even though he's an alien to Earthlings and he's OP as shit, he was still a kid and he still needed to learn things and get his come up.
Yeah.
So plus it actually had really good character development of other characters besides Goku. So I say if you ever get into Dragon Ball, if you ever decide to give it a chance one day, start with the original Dragon Ball first.
True.
Hmm.
True. I guess another one. I'm trying to think, cause like there were some. I think the other thing would probably just be JoJo. Even though I'm trying to watch it right now, but also at the same time like I don't really have a drive to watch it, so that's already a sign. Like usually when I start new animes, if I don't have a drive to it, like I won't be that interested in it. But
Mm.
yeah, Dragon Ball and JoJo, the two. And
I feel
then
that.
I guess what was the other part?
Anime that shit,
What?
people shit
Yeah,
on
the
before.
opposite.
Oh,
Yeah.
You should say Bleach, to be honest.
Oh yeah, people
Yeah,
shit
I
on
see a lot of
Bleach.
people shit on Bleach.
Yeah,
Seb hates Bleach. Yeah.
The Seb is like the main nigga. Like Konami in general hates Bleach, to be honest, except for like Kyoya. Yeah,
And it's
they
really
think that
crazy
shit is
because it's
trash.
not like trash. It's big three for a reason. So I mean,
I think there's better animes than it, but I
oh
can't say
yeah,
it's
most definitely,
trash.
but it's not trash at all. It's like it's a very unique anime in that
I just like the fights, bro.
Hmm.
the fights are amazing. Like the swordplay is amazing. Um, then also like kind of the plot of it as well is really nice. Like I like about it. But I guess Ichigo is still kind of like a watered down Goku, and that like he
Yeah,
died
he
a
does
couple
get Zenkai
times.
boost off the strength.
Yeah, like he literally
Imagine
was
being every
angry.
single race in your show. Holy
He
shit.
yeah, and like he was literally like angry when he was dying, so he just like didn't die. That's how
That's some
that's
Nigga
the
got
Kenpachi
so
shit.
that's how
mad.
Vastor Lorde like Ichigo happened. But there's like other strong as hell characters in the show that could like
That's what I like about it the
that
most.
could
There's other
beat
really strongest
Ichigo.
characters.
There's other characters that could like beat Ichigo. Not like
Yeah,
Thousand Year War arc Ichigo, but like Aizen Ichigo, like there's people that could beat him.
I've always been of the belief, particularly for shonen animes, is a main character like the appeal to me of a main character is if they only go as far as the supporting cast. So like if they're surrounded by a bunch of people that are like equally strong or just as strong or stronger than they are, and they're like that on a consistent basis, then I really like that a lot, particularly in a shonen anime, because to me it's like there's always that outside chance of competition to where like yeah you're the main character, you're getting all power boosts and stuff, and at the end of the day you may be the hero, but you also got to keep on your toes because there's other niggas out here who could wash you.
Yeah, there's other niggas out here that are like fucking working
Like
when you're taking a break.
yeah,
Dragon Ball had something close to that. Like
They did.
because every
Goku
new
and
villain
Vegeta.
could whoop. Yeah, every new villain technically whooped on them at one point. Cell was like Cell really the only nigga that Goku really didn't beat at all. Like technically.
He's the only one that actually killed him. Yeah, he's the only one that actually killed him.
Yeah, Goku could not touch Cell at all. Like it was inevitable that like he was gonna take that L. So I guess Dragon Ball had
So he
some
threw.
with that.
That's
And
funny.
then DB Super had that with Beerus because he didn't beat Beerus. They technically didn't beat Goku Black. He didn't beat what's his name? He didn't technically beat Jiren. He had to double team him with Frieza. So like,
Pause.
yeah,
Hey.
big pause on that, obviously. Yeah. So they started like I guess humanizing Goku. Like even though they're giving him new forms, he is still taking L's. So yeah.
True.
I mean, just to kind of bring it back to Bleach, I just like how there's like other badass characters in the show, like besides Ichigo. Like I could roll with any of the 13 court guard squads and not even like be disappointed at all.
Yeah, honestly, they're all strong as fuck. So it's like,
Except maybe like what's the name? Hitsugaya. Like
oh,
I feel like he should be OP, but it's like, yeah, I mean, I feel like you should be better, but I don't know. That's just me.
in the manga he gets like a lot stronger. In the
Yeah,
22,
maybe because I
like
haven't read
his
the manga.
Bankai allows him to like go into an adult body. So it's just like, damn, that's all you got.
Yeah, I just like when there's multiple supporting characters that are a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
That's
That
talking about that ice
if they
nigga.
really wanted to, yeah, the
Yeah.
ice nigga with the dragons and shit.
He's
Like I
cool
just
as
like
fuck.
supporting characters that could do damage if they so choose.
Cause trust, Kenpachi walk on the battlefield, bruh. Either Kenpachi or Byakuya. When they walk on the field, bruh.
How about Yamamoto?
it's
Hey, bruh.
When Yamamoto, other captains are like, all right, let's clear the field. That's when you know niggas is strong. When your niggas is like, all right, watch out.
No, you won't smoke with that nigga right there.
You don't want no smoke with Yamamoto, bruh. Gonna summon
Yeah.
zombies.
Yo, speaking of an I know this is kind of off topic and this isn't one of my questions, but since we just watched this earlier this week and I was thoroughly surprised actually. Since you were talking about swordplay in Bleach, you know who I thought had good swordplay in an anime? That fucking Machiavelli shit.
Oh yeah, most
That
definitely.
that shit wasn't bad.
It is definitely not. This shit was fire. I think season 2 is coming out as well.
I hope so. I haven't seen anything about it, but yeah, like and I also like how you pointed out how like every time they did a different stance or a different technique, it showed the Japanese text on screen, even though we can't read it for shit.
Yeah.
But it added some authenticity to it. This fight is actually kind of legit. You know, the power of friendship, even though it kind of ended up being that way at the end, but there's some actual technique going on behind it too. So what I don't know what the full name is called. All I remember is Machiavelli or something.
I think it was like
Shout out Tupac.
armed girls something.
Yeah, armed girl Machiavelli or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. So
It was something nice to turn on. It was kind of mindless too, but it also was enjoyable.
it started out getting kind of mindless in the middle, but then it got worse.
Yeah.
Mad Hunter x Hunter references too.
Yo, literally, like a whole scene. So another question: what's the most shameful anime you have under your belt?
Nah, I don't really have any.
I don't care with the amount. You just need one.
I don't have one. I guess okay. So I don't know if this is shameful, really, because I haven't watched it in a while. But I remember kind of being a little wild. Rosario Vampire.
I never watched that. I remember seeing it though.
It was about like some vampire bitch with really big titties and like she
The thoughts, opinions, and language of Sencon do not necessarily reflect those of Gen 1 Horse affiliates.
So basically like she was it was two people in like one body. Like she had a necklace who contained like a really strong vampire. And then like on the surface it was a girl, like an innocent like human girl or whatever. And basically whenever she was in trouble, like the necklace, if she took off the necklace, like the vampire would come out and like one shot whatever was there. But like it took place in a school, and the MC was like just some normal human nigga. So basically, it would be like different like types of like monster girls because it was a school for monsters, and it was like a harem basically. There was like a succubus that instead of like killing him, fell in love with him or was trying to
Alright.
like fuck him.
Naturally.
There was like a I think like a fairy bitch trying to fuck him as well. Like it was just a crazy. It was a harem, but like it wasn't crazy to be honest. It was actually kind of entertaining back then. But yeah, there was a little bit of a like I think they was about to fuck at one point. Like the succubus was about to fuck, and then she was like, "Actually, I don't want to kill him. I'll just leave him alive because he's kind of cool or whatever." So that's probably the most shameful one, which isn't. I don't think it compares to anything. You know what I'm saying? Kenpachi watch.
Alright, yo.
But, but I think that's probably the worst one.
Alright. Blitz, what you got?
Yeah, I was about to say I don't think Chef can answer this question because we haven't exposed him to anything shameful
I
yet.
don't want to do that to him.
I mean, listen, there's a market for everything. So
Don't expose
you-
none of that
if
shit.
if you ever feel some type of way, oh, actually, you know what? I lied. We did one time.
Oh
Tis-
wait.
The Sister Testament of New Devil or some shit. That was pretty
bruh.
rough. Like they was fighting, but in between they was groping each other all the time.
Yo,
Yeah, that was
I
rough.
was like, I think that was one I was like, yo, I really don't like want to watch this.
No, we finished. No, I remember we finished it because, like I said, there was some fights in between, and then I think you know what it was. We skipped around on the last episode because it was like they had got done fighting, and then it was like as much groping as they had done, like they still didn't fuck. So we started skipping around the last episode just to see if they actually fucked, but they didn't. So it was like, all right, we're done. So yeah, our bad, Chef. But yeah, we gonna that's probably up this. I guess I'll put that down for yours. I guess mine, and I've seen a pretty decent. I've seen my fair share of ecchi shit. I'm
Oh,
not gonna.
most definitely.
Because sometimes you just feel some type of way. You know what? So, like I said, sometimes I be playing BDO, I be grinding with niggas, you feel me? And I want something on my second monitor just to kill time on my loot scroll. Hey man, sometimes I put on some titty anime just to kill the time.
Hey, don't, I
But
don't know, bro.
I can't
But-
do that because you know what I'm saying. Still live with my
yeah,
parents.
you live with your parents or your mom
Yeah.
or whatever. So yeah, that's what happens when you get your own place.
Hmm.
But thinking about it, I don't think there's a more shameful anime than this that I've seen. Interspecies, yo.
You're damn Skippy. You're a damn Skippy.
But like I said a couple podcasts ago, at least that show knows what it is and it pulls no punches.
That is true.
So I appreciate that being upfront about it. I haven't finished it yet. There's one episode I haven't finished yet. I just haven't made the time to go back and watch it. I don't know. But yeah, that's probably the most shameful one I got on my list under my belt. I don't apologize for it though, because like I said, it is very self-aware.
I think
Don't watch it with other people. Don't do that.
don't do that at all.
It-
I think
It's not comfortable.
I think the only really shameful thing I have under my belt. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Well,
you
High
good,
School of
King?
the
You
Dead?
don't even gotta tell us.
Nah, it's either High School DxD.
Yeah, that's
Or
pretty. I've seen that too.
There
That's pretty rough.
There was an anime slash hentai that
Oh lord.
it was about a nigga living in an apartment, and a shorty fell
Broke through the roof and
floor.
fell on his
Yeah,
dick.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait,
I
how do you
I-
know? What the fuck?
Because niggas was talking about that for like 30 minutes straight in here, and I was like, "What are y'all talking about?
What?
Let me look this up."
What?
And then I watched that
There's a-
episode.
I must have
watched-
not been there
I
for
watched
that.
the whole season. I watched the whole season.
It's a season?
Yeah,
It's like
it was
4
a season.
episodes or some shit.
Nah,
Wait,
it's
was it an
like-
actual hentai or was
it's
it like
No, it's like
softcore?
it's a hentai. Like they fucking for real. But it had like art,
Yeah,
so it was weird.
Yeah, I must have missed that conversation.
Yeah, it was something. That's probably the most painful shit, to be honest.
Niggas is moving different.
Niggas.
I mean, I didn't know we were counting hentai because then I got a couple. I could
Nah,
probably...
we not. But like, it was a market like an anime. It was weird.
It's on 9 anime, so like
Yeah, it's on
technically
9
not
anime.
like-
So
Seriously?
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Don't remember the name, but I remember watching it on 9 Anime.
Don't talk about it too much, too much, too much. Um, I think that was about it though. There's more.
Well,
Well, you
I
had
have one
more
more
questions,
question.
yeah.
Well, it's up to you. I could save it for next time, or
Um,
well, actually, it is today, so I guess this
yeah,
is
we
the
have to
only
do
time I
that,
could
yeah.
ask it. Yeah, I'll try to keep it brief then. So apparently, according to Twitter, today is National Anime Day.
So
So simple question, or it may not be so simple. Describe what anime is to you.
Um, to me, anime is it's literally like a stress relief, like a kind of like a stress relief. It's multiple things. A stress relief, a guilty pleasure. Um, it is a like ideal. It fuels my ideas and creativity. Not like that's the only thing it fuels, but like I mean, it majority goes to my creativity. Um, so that's what anime is to me, and it's like something I can connect with. Not on like a I'm not feeling like damn I really am like with some weird bitches on a different game or planet, but like just like the I don't know, like there's some characters you can relate to in an anime, and I like that about it, where it's like they might be doing like some weird shit, but like deep like as characters they still go through the same shit we do. And I like that about it. So it just I don't know, it means a lot to me more than I probably understand, just because I've been watching it for so long, and like kind of it was an introduction as well for like just the Japanese culture. So like despite me being a weeb, like I actually align myself with the morals and whatnot of just the Japanese culture. So that was kind of like also something anime um showed me.
Okay.
So yeah.
um I'd say anime to me is like the same. It's like the same thing that games are to me. It's an outlet. Um if I can really get myself into a game or an anime, I can always remember back in that time. Like I can always remember when I was watching or enjoying like that anime because it was just so good. And it's like it can kind of be like a me remembering like a positive time in my life. I remember when I was watching fucking Hunter x Hunter for the first time. That was a really good time. Or when I first watched Naruto or some shit. Like it's just a way for me to
Finish
remember
Naruto.
good times and like have good times just enjoying that certain thing, whether it's like by myself or watching it with friends. It's just it's just positive, like it's just an outlet for positivity for me, and I can always just think back to those times and have a moment of like happiness and clarity, knowing that like I consumed that content and enjoyed it, and it was just a good time for me to have, like it was a good time enjoying that content, period.
I feel that, especially the whole thing about it being an outlet, um, particularly with games too. Um, well, I'll let Chef go first. I know, like you're kind of like a relatively new anime fan, Chef. But based on what you've seen, how would you describe uh anime to you?
Uh, shit. I wouldn't even know because it's either between it being like actual anime with story into it or hentai. It's like
uh Damn.
it's like a
You know what?
spectrum of anime, but the spectrum's way heavy on either end, and those
Yeah,
ends being hentai, and then the other end being like actual anime.
I feel like we haven't gonna do a good job of representing what anime actually is. 'Cause I feel like there is a spectrum for sure, but I feel like you've only seen the two extremes where it's either like story heavy or it's just nothing but TNA.
Yeah,
And like
that's what I was
there's
saying.
all there's a like and I mean we can't really deny that hey like fan service TNA that's kind of part of it because at the end of the day sex sells depending on and there's like I said there's a market for everything but that's not all anime is about like
Right.
um so I feel like we need to. That's why we got to watch Full Metal Alchemist at some point. Because that shit that to me that's anime right there. Like it's telling a really good story, but it just so happens that it's like it's an animated story that's being told. It's very unique looking. So like it's not so much. Maybe the story itself may not be as unique, but the way it's presented is very unique, and I think that's what makes people gravitate towards it. So I guess that kind of goes into my answer. Like I kind of had it. It was kind of hard for me to put it into words at first. But I guess I should try and keep it simple. Anime to me is it's entertainment at its core to me. Like Chef was just talking about the spectrum to where like sometimes I want to watch like a story heavy, a plot heavy show like a Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or sometimes hey, I feel some type of way because hey, newsflash, I'm a dude and I want to see tits in my face on my screen. So I'll put on fucking Interspecies or something. I don't know. So I mean, there's definitely a spectrum to it, but at its core, it's entertainment to me. So there's various ways you can consume it and enjoy it. Um, to me, honestly, considering the way that it's kind of become mainstream now, I think it's the number one medium for storytelling of our generation. Because if you think about it, if you ask somebody like someone our age, like what's their favorite, what's the definitive movie of of this generation, they might struggle or they might have different answers. But like say, or like if you kept just like American cinema, like just like American movie, like what's the definitive American or Western made movie of this generation, they might struggle to answer that. But like
Avengers,
say,
maybe?
I suppose, but again, that like some people aren't into comic book movies, so they might have a different answer. But I feel like you'll get like, but I also feel like you'll get a lot more people that will answer with anime if you don't limit it to just Western style stuff. So the fact that it's become so mainstream now with people that are our age that are starting to get into the workforce, starting to make their own families and stuff, and it's starting to become a lot more prevalent. I would definitely say it's probably the number one like entertainment and storytelling medium of our generation. So
That was beautifully
Mm.
put. I agree too. I can't like it did introduce me to other things, but at the end of the day, like it is entertainment. Um,
like you can't say like if you had told me like even 5 years ago, man, I was let alone 10 years ago that like being a weeb would be like to
fire.
some extent popular. It'd be popular, and you
Yeah,
could make money off of it or some shit like that.
yeah,
Like you would have been crazy. Like being a geek that like only watches like primarily watches anime. Like you would get your ass beat back when I was in high school or middle school and
Mm.
stuff like that.
yeah. I'm like, all right,
So
nigga.
yeah, you were a weirdo. But now like there's so many people that connect. Like, and I feel like, and that was the other thing too. Like the reason why I enjoy anime so much is probably more so than I have in the past. Because like when I was a kid, just getting into it, like I always look purely for like action shit. So I would look for like, I think the first anime that I watched that got me well technically the first anime was Dragon Ball, but I think the first anime that I got into post Dragon Ball was Full Metal Panic, and that was like about giant robots and like military shit and stuff.
Hmm.
So like as a kid, like I would search for like action stuff, like stuff blowing up and stuff, because that's what I grew up watching. Like watching those kind of like cartoons, American cartoons and stuff like that. But my tastes have changed as I've gotten older. And I've noticed that I start to like gravitate towards more like like rom-coms and like slice of life animes because they're so relatable. Like obviously there's some like you have to suspend some disbelief with the kind of situations that people get into in those types of animes, but at the same time there's a certain level of reality to it. There's like people that have to deal with like relationships and
Yeah,
like
there's reality
growing
to
older and like
a lot of shit, and like pretty much everything to
yeah.
like art and entertainment nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. So, and the fact that so many people are not shy about coming out and sharing those things with, sharing those experiences and sharing what they think about it
Yeah, like
now. So that's
I'm
like,
I'm fucking the Konosuba writer. Fucking that nigga is
wait, what?
is a G for like just coming out and
Wait.
making jokes like that, or like making Kazuya like a character like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's also like a commentary on like society too, because it's like
Yeah.
all a bunch of like niggas trying to be progressive about gender equality, shit like that. It's just like sometimes you just got to keep it real. Like if you really want gender equality, that means everybody can get their ass beat. It don't matter. So yeah, it's just like it's really it's really relatable to me. I find like a lot of things that I can gravitate towards in anime more so than any other medium or like movie.
That is true.
I'm trying to read more, but yeah.
Hey, bruh. Start the manga collection. You'll be alright.
Yeah, I try to get into manga, but you know, like I said, I'm too lazy to read at this point in time now.
It'd be like that.
Especially now since I like, if I'm gonna read something, I prefer a physical copy. But I know like a lot of mangas on online now, and I can't really read something that's on the screen. I gotta have like a if I'm gonna really read. That's just me. So I might start a manga collection. I don't know.
I got some coming.
But if I feel like if I'm gonna start a manga collection, I gotta read all of it. I can't just have it sitting on a shelf
Hey, bro.
on display. I gotta read it.
You can read. You can go through a manga book like pretty fast.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's better to read, apparently. Anyways.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's the source material at the end of the day.
Yeah. I think that. Did you want to ask anything else? I want to save some of
Nope.
my other questions for
No,
next.
yeah, no, that was it. That's all I had.
Okay.
Life topics?
Nah, I couldn't come up with any.
Damn,
I'm
boy.
gonna come up with some for next podcast though.
Yeah, I got a couple gaming topics I was gonna save for next week.
Yeah. Other than that, I think that's about it. Who's at the top right now? Blitz. Closing statement for the podcast, episode 45.
Drink water, because I can't come up with anything else.
Drink water. All right, Chef Tano.
Is that still my name?
Yes.
Yeah. You ain't changing it in a while.
You changed it back to Zendaya's hubby, or like what's going on?
Huh?
Nah, that's not possible.
Oh no. All right.
No. What?
All right. Never mind.
Oh, closing statement is I need some new shoes, but I don't know what brand to go with.
I
Jordan.
got you, my
No,
G. Hell
no.
no. What the?
You don't want Jordan?
I
Chef,
need
you
new
like
And get
shoes.
robbed?
Chef,
No.
Do you like Nike SBs?
Are these work shoes?
Oh, you
I need
need work
trainers.
shoes? All right.
Oh, you need
I don't need
trainers.
I don't need no casual shoes. Ain't
I
nowhere to
thought
go
I
with the
thought you
shoes.
wanted like actual like flexing, you know what I'm
I don't know. There's no need to flex out here
saying?
at all.
Why not?
All right.
You don't want to
alright.
be the drippiest nigga in St. Louis?
He already owned the streets,
Damn.
Chef. Chef already owned the streets, yo.
Fam. Nah, I just need some work shoes because my shoes are falling apart at the seams, literally.
Damn.
Literally.
Your shit's talking to you, bro.
They about to be.
Yo, nah, they about to be spitting.
Yes,
That
sir.
nigga is spitting. All right.
But no, yeah, the closing statement is if you want to buy me some shoes, anybody that's listening, y'all can
Oh,
go ahead and do
shit.
that.
All right.
I know y'all got money now. I
Alright,
know
you
y'all
want
do.
me? You got like your PayPal on you? You want me like share it? Like, I don't know.
Just throw me just throw me 1,200 for the shoes.
12. Okay.
Nigga,
so
what?
You bugging? You bugging?
Hey,
I
you
can't
get
even
your
be
stimulus,
reasonable
Chef?
with that, Chef. Come on.
Chef, you
Oh,
get your
shit.
stimulus?
Mitch, I don't know what that is.
Did you get your stimulus package from Trump?
So who's next?
From
All
who?
right. So Mitch,
Wow.
what's your
I don't
closing
know what Mitch is
statement,
talking
bro?
about.
His name wasn't on the check, so I don't know who that's from. I don't know who that is.
I have no clue what Mitch is talking. What is a
Did
stimulus?
you get your 1,200 from the IRS?
Shit, I don't know what that is.
Huh?
I may have got
Chef,
it buried somewhere.
Oh shit.
Huh?
So Mitch, your closing statement?
Basically the same as my intro. Hopefully quarantine treating y'all better. Read Hunter x Hunter.
No.
Yes. And yeah, that's really it.
All right.
Oh,
What? Okay. You good?
I forgot about the second most shameful anime under my belt.
Oh
A
shit.
world where dirty jokes don't exist. That shit is wild.
Oh.
Is that the one with like the girl has
that
like
like-
panties on her face?
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Damn.
Come on. That shit
Yeah,
is wild,
yeah,
yo.
it is kind of
Cause we
wild.
rewatched it. We rewatched it like a couple weeks ago.
It is kind of wild.
Woo!
It is kind of wild. My man got the whole bottle and cookies. That was kind of wild.
Yeah, he
Um,
may or well, no. Let me
hey,
stop
we
because
not, yeah, we not even gonna
this
go
this
there.
is a
We not even gonna do
semi-family
that.
friendly stream.
We not even gonna do that. Um,
Take a
yeah.
shower. That's all I'm saying.
My closing words or statement. Honestly, like Mitch said, quarantine is fucking up a lot of people's mentals and like people going insane and shit. Just take a minute,
It can,
step out. You can step outside, but you can't step outside. Like you can sit on the porch and like get a like some air
Oh,
or
you know
shit.
it's crazy, fam. When I went to Target today to re up, you feel me? Because now I'm up. Uh, I
All the
saw
way.
I saw a few people in the parking lots,
Mhm.
just sitting in the parking lot.
Yeah, like
I do
Why?
that next to my car. Like as long as I stay around my car, I
just sitting
hang
in
out
a
in my
parking lot,
store.
like just getting.
Yeah.
They drove out to the store to sit in the parking lot.
Not go in.
Honestly,
No, they was like at
I
the
I
because it's a
completely
strip.
understand
It's a
that.
strip, and it's like a few stores away from the Target, and they was just in the back of the parking lot sitting there. There's three females. They
Uh,
just sitting there talking to each other. It's like y'all drove to go talk.
hey, I mean, whatever you got to do to keep your sanity, because I was saying it earlier.
I mean,
This
what if?
stay-at-home shit, this stay-at-home shit can only last for so much longer. Like, imagine we get to the end of this month and then they say we got to stay at home for another 3 weeks. Niggas will snap.
Oh, definitely.
That's what I was
So,
just telling like my loved ones that I was like, yo, like wait until like another month goes by, like staying inside, and then like grocery stores are like closing down their hours more. Um, because like Corona's getting worse. Cause we're not even like near the peak of this shit.
well, I guess it depends on who you ask. Like, New York is like starting to hit their. I don't know if they've hit their peak yet, but like, we were told here in Michigan that the peak was starting this week, or we're in the middle of it right now. California's in a different situation. I don't. It depends on where you go. So it's like
Yeah,
we're gonna all come out of it eventually, but it's all not gonna be at the same time. That's the frustrating part.
yeah. But like for them in the major cities, like DC, fucking New York, Miami, like all of those, it, I don't know. Maybe I'm just like overthinking, but I'm like, all right, niggas might start looting on some real shit. Probably in
I mean,
Baltimore, most
if
definitely
people can't
niggas
get
is
back to
looting.
work, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if people can't get back to work soon, niggas will snap.
Yeah. Um.
So I don't know what it's gonna take to get that to happen, but that's not my job. So they better
Yeah.
figure it out.
That's on them. I'm gonna just be worried about getting this bread literally for my family.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Um.
Watch out for bands.
Oh jeez. But yeah. Other than that, that was Kenpachi's Room Podcast episode 45. In late night jazz, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. And we say goodbyes. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.
Do you actually